Free career assessment. BeOnAir.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in. It is time again for CVC TV. Kyle Cornell, AA Anthony Alford with you with the game of the week. We moved a little bit, AA, but we're here at Hawken High School. The matchup today between the visiting Geneva Eagles and the home Hawken Hawks right here on CVC TV. And a big matchup between two 3-0 teams here from Wilson Stadium tonight. Just a couple weeks removed from a big game we did here earlier in the season, and now both teams off of huge wins trying to keep momentum as we approach the halfway point, believe it or not already, of the regular season.
Yeah, two huge wins, of course. Hawken, they got the big win against Gilmore last week, which was unbelievable. We'll talk more about that as the game progresses. And then, of course, Geneva shutting out Normandy last week, so both teams coming in hot into this huge CVC crossover matchup.
And let's talk about the Hawken Hawks for a moment, too. Mentioned 3-0 on
huge CVC crossover matchup.
And let's talk about the Hawken Hawks for a moment, too. Mentioned 3-0 on the season as we get closer and closer to divisional play, but a lot of good momentum for this squad. Donovan Moore last week, too. The stat line is insane. 31-34, 325, and 4 touchdowns in that win. Unbelievable game for Moorhead as he continues to build on a fantastic senior season.
It's unbelievable, and we talked with everyone here, here at Hawken and here in the box. Like, we remember watching him for the first time 2 years ago when he was starting, and I rewatched film that we had from a couple years ago, and you could see his arm strength is significantly stronger from 2 years ago compared to now, and you just see the progress each and every single week. That kid is special. I can't wait to see him in action again.
Well, and then for the Geneva Eagles, this is our first chance this year to see this group. Remember, they went 10-2 last year, lost to Aurora in the second round of the playoffs after a successful regular season. As AA mentioned, coming off a 63-0 win against one of my alma maters, Normandy, over in the city of Parma, of course. And this team, pretty self-explanatory, AA. Run it down your throat, whether it's Bryce Pete, whether it's Caden Proy. Either way, they've got a multitude of different characters on that sideline that can just beat you with the legs.
I'll say this real quick. When they have the media days for CVC TV, our own Steve Hare does a great job with those. I love every time it's like, so, Kyle, you know, what's the offense going to look like? And they all looked at coach like, you know us, we're going to run the ball. Like, any other wrinkles? Nah, we're going to run the ball. You know what to expect.
Well, I give Coach Shimsky credit, too. He gave us a quote that we're going to talk about in a second. That may be the quote of the year so far when we talked to him pregame, of course. But with that being said, going to take a quick break here. We're going to hear our national anthem, and then we'll get more into pregame and, of course, kickoff here from Hawken High School. And of course, back breaking down our CVC TV game of the week. This week again from Hawken High School, the visiting Geneva Eagles taking on the home Hawken Hawks. Originally, the game was going to be somewhere different, but flexed into this one AA because of this matchup between two 3-0 teams, both with playoff aspirations. A lot on a line in this game specifically. How important is this for both of these squads to pick up this win against the other team when it comes to points and when it comes to obviously seeding in Division 3?
Well, if you ask the coaches, they'll tell you that this is not important at all. And that's the right message you should say to your players. But we are the media, so we will tell you a little differently. The playoff format is different this year. Both these teams in Division 3, Region 9, now it's only top 12 that make it in. And remember, the top 4 get a Week 11 bye, that first round bye. So right now, coming into today, Hawken is the 2nd seed, Geneva is the 4th seed, mixed in there with Canfield and Maple Heights. That's the top 4 seeds right now. The winner of this game will have an inside track of hosting, or actually having that bye in Week 11, which will be huge considering, and we talked about it all the time, if you do go deep into the postseason, you're playing 13, 14, 15, 16 straight weeks without a break. So getting that bye is huge.
Yeah, big for both these teams. And again, I mentioned before we get the kickoff underway here from Wilson Stadium, Coach Shimsky from the Eagles, one of the quotes of the year in the pregame, of course, having a conversation with him and getting some notes ahead of today's game. And mentioned, the guys, we talked about obviously playoffs and everything too, but Double A, you mentioned it, going 1-0 every week. That's the mindset from both of these sides. Coach Shimsky saying, they could talk about those wins 20 years from now at their high school reunion. And for now, we're worried about going 1-0. And that's the kind of attitude that you see on both sidelines as both teams gear up for a huge contest in Week 4. We're already almost halfway through the high school football season, at least the regular season.
No, and that's the thing, and that's why every one of these matchups, there are new expectations now. There's a reason why this matchup was flexed, and this will be very exciting.
And of course, Hawken, who is in there all red, are going to receive the first half kickoff. Zachary McKinney going to boot the ball away for the Geneva Eagles. And we are underway here from Hawken High School. Taken in by the Hawks, right, working his way through the middle in between the hash marks and is down just past the 25-yard line. And that is where Donovan Moorhead and company will get going with the first drive of the day in AA. We mentioned last week against Gilmore. Talk about that game, how important it was for Hawken. Had maybe one of his best games of his high school career, 31 of 34, 325, and 4 passing touchdowns against Gilmore.
Amazing, and this senior class has never beat Gilmore before, so to get that W is huge. And you're going to see, again, different styles here today. Of course, Hawken, they want that spread offense. When Geneva's on offense, they're gonna run. So let's see the contrasting styles here today.
Moorhead in that shotgun. He's got Kene Obe on his right hip. One of those valuable pieces. Moorhead looks, throws, middle. And White could not bring the ball in. I don't know if it was a catch. You're going to say no. He never had possession. Great coverage over the middle there by Pete. You're going to hear that name a lot. Bryce Pete, of course. And on defense, too. He is a menace out there for Geneva.
He's amazing. And I don't know if we're going to talk about him enough defensively, but he's an absolute beast as an inside linebacker. He's going to be somebody you're going to have to contend with on that team.
Even one of the leading rushers on that Geneva offense, too. Got guys playing both ways and doing fantastic on both sides of the football. And not a lot of drop-off either side of it. Second and long for this Hawken offense. Coming in averaging nearly 40 points a game. End around, it's Mallet who gets the carry. He's working his way through. Charlie Mallet, big game last week as well, and got maybe back to the line of scrimmage, if that.
The last time we saw Geneva on CVC TV, we had them against Painesville Harvey a year ago. And the thing that stands out, their speed defensively. So, Hawken, I think they're going to have to, spread. You want to, move guys around, but getting upfield is going to be very important.
Big plays may be hard to come by against the Geneva defense. One of the best in the CVC. Of course, against one of the best offenses in Hawken. Third down. Moorhead looking, shot over the middle, right, it's caught! Tommy Wright down near midfield, 24-yard gain and a first down.
Going to make sure Wright is going to be okay. He does get up, but that was a great play. And the linebackers drop back. They show blitz, and then the linebackers drop back. Moorhead, again, if you're watching Moorhead for the first time, 6'6", 215 pounds, he's able to see over those blitzes, and the arm strength covers it up too.
Yeah, Wright coming off the field, he's walking, he's shaking his head. Seems like he may be okay, but they're going to check him out just to make sure. 25-yard gain officially on the pass on 3rd and long. Huge conversion early for this Hawken offense. Then a ball lost. Moorhead thought about the fake spike. He throws it down. You got to be careful. He threw it into the hands of defenders that were coming right at him. Luckily, their hands were down. That ball drops incomplete.
The last time these two teams faced off, it was in the playoffs 2 years ago. And we bring that up because many of these players played in that game, and where Hawken got into trouble was turnovers in that playoff game.
Yeah, not to pour salt in the wound, but 56-19 was the score in that playoff game. October 27th, 2024 was the last time these two teams played. A lot has changed in that moment, especially from the Hawken side. It's now 2nd and long. In Geneva territory here in this first quarter. Moorhead rolling, right side, throws, caught, Mallet. He's got room on the right sideline. He gets past the line to gain for a first down.
They gave Mallet that cushion on the flat route. You'll see it, and Moorhead just followed right there. And an easy, high percentage throw and catch. Two tall guys. This is the thing that, again, just stands out. Again, Charlie Mallet, senior, 6'3".
Yeah, a 6'6" quarterback and a 6'3" receiver, and they combined for a great game last week. We talked about Moorhead's performance. What about Mallet? He had 13 catches in the game.
Excuse me, junior. I mean, that's just...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, again, he has another year to go.
Just wild to see the amount of talent on this Hawken team. First down, inside the 40-yard line of Geneva. Handoff, Obey, right side. He's got room. Kene Obey turns the corner. He breaks free inside the 10, and he's in. Touchdown, Hawken. Kene Obey, 39 yards for the score.
He is strutting his stuff right now. And you get the blocking and the explosive. Oh, my goodness, 76 had a key block to set up that run.
With a great block to free up Obey, who just turned on the Jets. Didn't get touched till the very end of the run. 39 yards for a score, and just like that, Hawken is on the board.
And Healy, again, one of their leaders, one of their senior leaders on this Hawken team, had a big block to get set up that run.
Joey Scozen going to line up the extra point for the Hawks. Snap down, hold on the way, kick is up, and it is good. Score now 7-0. Hawken on top of Geneva right here on CVC TV. Hey, the presenting sponsor for us here at CVC TV is the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. Doctors Keith Schneider, Don Lewis, and Jill Weber. They handle everything from dental surgery and implants, corrective jaw and facial surgery, and trauma reconstruction. For all of your oral surgery needs, visit the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery website at www.ohsurgery.com. Also want to make a mention to our friends at Greeny Sports Cards, the largest producer of sports card trading shows in Northeast Ohio. They've got 5 locations, and guess what? They're growing. Their next show, September 20th, at the Woodside Event Center in Broadview Heights. Myself and AA will be there as well for that. Again, you can see all their shows at greenysportscards.com. That's greenysportscards.com.
An impressive run, and, you know, we talked about the spread offense. And, yes, Hawken has the ability to throw the ball, but when you have somebody as talented in the backfield as they do, and Obi, like, you can run with power and speed. See how Geneva's going to respond.
Well, they're going to need to go back and forth here for a little bit. As Caden Proy and Ricky Depetta are back to return the kick. On the far side, 3 returners. We saw this a few times. You also got Dylan Burlingham back there too, but this one's going to go to Proy, the quarterback, and he will take it. Here we go. Proy cuts at the middle. He's got room. Caden Proy back to left side. Past the 50. Proy crosses.
Get out of the way, ref.
Moving past inside the 30-yard line and torn down on a huge kickoff return. Caden Proy, he plays quarterback, but Talked about it, the rushing ability and the ability to move with his legs on display on the return. Watch this.
He's listed as a tailback on the roster.
Yeah.
But, again, he had key blocks. They're sealing it, and we have seen all season long, getting those key blocks have helped teams all year long, and just the speed and the ability and short field for Geneva. That's the last thing, if you're a Hawken fan, that you need. Because they can operate.
Got two quarterbacks out there, in Proy and Burlingham, that were on the return team to return the kick. I mean, that's scary when you think about the big picture here.
Geneva has playmakers all over the field.
All right, so great starting field position for the Eagles now. Going to be a handoff right side. There's Pete. He lowers his shoulder. So hard to bring down. Bryce Pete, getting a gain of about 7-8 yards.
When we had Pete last year against Harvey, I mean, you could just... I don't even know if the television does justice how big he is. He is unreal.
Yeah. I mean, again, listed at 5'10", 215, but we think possibly Coach Shimsky may be hiding some pounds and some height for Pete on that. One of the bigger backs here in the CVC as far as how he runs, too. Handoff on the left side, breaking through into the end zone. Touchdown. Want to run on the right side for Depetta. He gets in for 6, and just like that, Geneva responds.
His speed is unbelievable and had key blocks. My goodness, he is fast. And a great response for Geneva.
Ricky Depetta in for 6, pair of rushing touchdowns within the first 3 minutes of the ball game, and we're an extra point away from this being tied up once again. Here's McKinney, who's going to line up the extra point. Snap good, hold on from Proy on the way. It's up, and it's good. And with that, 7-7 to score. Don't blink, we're tied. Again, right here with 9:14 to go in the first quarter here on CVC TV. Hey, transform your property with a fence from R&T Fence Company. Family owned for over 36 years. They provided top-notch fence installation services all across Northeast Ohio. Specializing in residential, commercial, and industrial fencing, they offer a wide range of options, including aluminum, vinyl, wood, and chain link. Call 330-626-5170 for a free estimate or visit rtfence.com. Whether you need a new fence or a custom gate, trust the experts at R&T Fence to deliver quality and professionalism. That's rtfence.com. All right, so here we go. Another return coming. Return from Hawken, moving through, trying to get a big return there. Good hit on the sideline by Depetta. And that was Lashinger who was on the return. Got around the 25 again, and that's where the first drive started for Hawken. A couple big plays, and they were able to score. Yeah. Coach Chimarino hoping for a carbon copy of that first drive.
Wonder if I think there was a penalty.
Yeah, I saw a flag come in late, but we're not sure.
Was it
They're
a hold?
They're going to move him back with the hold there. Came at the very end. So it won't be at the 25. They'll actually have to move back now to the 15.
We'll see if you was just talking about, Kyle, like, can a defense get a leg up? This might help.
Well, it's in Geneva's favor right now. They've got them pinned back on their own 15 to start this drive. But again, when you have the offense that Hawken does, you start at the 1, you still feel pretty confident. More in that shotgun again with Obey on his right hip looking to pass. Quick throw to the outside. That one's caught. And that was Lashinger who got the catch. He had the return initially that got taken back, but he gets about 6 to 7 yards on the catch.
Well, the previous drive you saw the flat. This time you see an out route there. And the defense, the DBs, at least initially here, they're giving a little bit of a cushion, and Hawkins taking full advantage on the passing side of things.
Yep, second and short, and that's something Coach Imarino talked about with us a couple weeks ago, staying ahead of the sticks and trying to, open up that playbook if they can. Handoff, Obey middle, he's got room, Obey cuts back, big first down run for Obey, and it takes 3 different Eagles to finally pull him down to the 35-yard line, 12 yards, and he earned every single one of them.
When we covered him last year for basketball, was he this big?
No.
I don't think, I'm watching this, I'm like, we covered him for basketball. I'm like, he was not that big.
It's listed as 6'1", 215, and again, remember, they don't measure with the cleats on.
Yeah,
so
right.
Add an inch or two with that. And then gets the speed at 215, 220 to be able to just put the head down and go. Impressive. First down. for the Hawks. Throw outside the screenplay, looking for Obey, incomplete, just out of the reach of his running back. Moorhead up and down to this point, 3 of 6, 43 yards, but has still been able to make plays when it's mattered.
Very true. You know, then again, that goal, you know, just not getting the chemistry there, of course. Trying to take those high percentage. Now, the defense at that point pressed a little bit more there, so that might have impacted a little bit of the rhythm of that throw and catch, or that drop.
Yeah, just trying to drop it in over the defense on that little out screen route to Obey. 2nd and long now for Moorhead. Pass, low screen one, that's going to be to Mallet. Mallet's trying to break inside. He gets torn down. Solid tackle by Owen Davis in the open field, the junior. And again, anytime Mallet gets the ball, if you're the defense, you get a little nervous, but great job by Davis to make the stop.
Davis did a great job reading the play and identifying that the screen was going to happen, and he stayed home, broke away from his blocker, and made the play. Great job by Davis defensively.
3rd down and 7. It's right on the borderline of what we consider long and manageable, but with the offense that Hawken has and the ability to throw the football, 3rd and 7 feels more like 3rd and 2 sometimes.
See how they handle the linebackers. Remember, they show blitz last time on a 3rd down.
Moorhead going to look to his right. Throws inside. Caught right at the 1st down marker. And he's going to have it. Solid catch by Wright. Just past the line to gain, and a huge 3rd down conversion. They need 7, got 8.
The routes are fantastic. And again, how do you defend a extremely tall quarterback who has significant arm strength? He can see everything develop, and it's very, very tough for the defense to react.
Also good to see Wright back out there. Remember, he was out on the first drive. That big 3rd down conversion catch. He comes up with another big 3rd down conversion here in this first quarter. Got about 7 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the frame. It's already 7-7, and again, Hawken driving. Moorhead looking to pass. Going to throw a little sidearm throw, a nice completion inside. Running to the outside near the 40 on a great catch and run. And it's Colby Batista with the catch and another 1st down.
Yeah, Batista entering into the starting lineup since we last had him. And here's the thing. You could say, like, hey, zero in on a particular player defensively. Every one of those guys are playmakers. So you can't just lock it on Mallet. You can't just lock in on Wright. Like, somebody is going to make that play. It makes it really tough to defend.
Not even halfway through the first quarter, and Moorhead's completed a pass to 4 in the Garrett.
I'm telling you again, it's going to be a chess match between the running backs and the linebackers. That's where this game's going to be won and lost.
A little over 2.5 minutes to go in this first quarter. Still tied, 7 apiece here in your CVC TV game of the week. Hawken on their 2nd drive got down inside the 35-yard line of Geneva, but turned the ball over on downs. The Eagles trying to respond. Pitch, Pete outside. He's got room to run. Pete lowering his shoulder on the left side and gets around the corner and past the 1st down marker. Impressive run from Pete. Another big move at the chains.
What can you do when you have a bunch formation at the top of the screen and you send Pete out? And he has the speed, of course, so you get him in an open field, it will not be easy to tackle him. And then you can't touch him for the first, 10 yards.
It's a riddle wrapped in a mystery, my friend. And how to stop this team. Foy going to keep the ball now inside. And again, solid game. Looks like maybe there's not much there. He still finds a way to get 5 to 6 yards.
And that's why this is dangerous. You know, if you're Hawken, if, Geneva gets ahead, listen, and again, you brought up Kirtland. They may not run the ball, or they may not pass, at all.
If you have a lead, yeah. I mean, they want to limit the number of times Hawken's going to touch the football on offense if they can, and hold on to it for as long as they can. Here, so they've got some experience with winning. Pete gets the ball left side, lowers his shoulder, gets inside the 10 down to about the 6. Lowers his shoulder, gets inside the 10 down to about the 6. Gain of 4 for Bryce Pete. 5 carries, 37 yards unofficially for Pete in this first quarter.
Amazing, and you'll see throughout this game how this offense.
Solid job by the lead. And the ceiling of Holmes to help prevent.
It's a week ago, ran for 376 yards.
Holmes to help prevent.
It's a week ago, ran for 376 yards.
Well, they're on their way.
Yeah,
already in this first quarter. And this is the blueprint. It's been this way for a while. Comes to Geneva as far as the offensive game plan going into these situations. I think maybe a couple years ago we saw 5 or 6 pass attempts in a game, and I think both of our jaws dropped to the floor.
Yeah.
So,
but, again, as you mentioned before, as long as they maintain a lead, they may not have to attempt any at all.
McKinney to kick for the Eagles, right at Hallett to return to the Hawks.
so now it's going to be on the Hawks here to respond on the offensive end. They got the ball to start the game, went right down the field, scored. Second drive, not as well. Here's a return for Wright. He's going down the right side. Tommy Wright gets around the 30-yard line down, and that is where he will take this Hawken offense. And again, so far, they've been able to move the ball. Obviously, the Hawks have. But the issue has been now, if you get in those situations, can a penalty pop up? Can you put yourself behind the sticks a little bit? Coach Amarino, as I mentioned before, talked to us about this. Staying ahead, not shooting ourselves in the foot in big situations. That's how you win games against really good teams.
Well, that 4th and 1, I'm very convinced they would have converted that 4th and 1 if it wasn't, for the penalty. And that's exactly what you're talking about. These are the type of games where penalties will kill you.
Moorhead in that shotgun, looking to pass middle. It's caught. Mallett working right side, and he gets picked up and slammed down. The physicality. And Dylan Burlingham, remember, he was the quarterback last season.
How about that?
And he's kind of shifted now into a different role, more focused on defense. Still a gain of 4, but man, Mallett had to earn those 4 yards.
Yeah, he did. And that's the power, open field tackle. And, you're always told, play through the whistle, as long as it's clean and stuff. But, man, what a play.
And the clock looks like it's going to roll out on this first quarter. The score after one going to be 14-7. Geneva here on the road with an early touchdown lead as we gear up for quarter number 2. AA in that first quarter, it was actually pretty balanced, honestly, for Hawken. Being able to pass, being able to run for the majority of that first quarter. On the other side, we know Geneva, this is what they do. They run that football at a high level and just able to take a lot of that clock off. Remember, it was 9 minutes to go in the first quarter when it was tied at 7 apiece. Then all of a sudden, all this clock runs down. You find yourself just losing possessions because of the way Geneva plays offense.
Oh, 100%. And that's the key, too. It's like when you have, seniors that you can go to that are different styles, that can get after it. That's tough. And again, you mentioned it a few moments ago. For Hawken, they cannot, they are good enough to win this game and, win it pretty well, but they cannot make self-inflicted mistakes.
Yeah, penalties are going to be a big deal when you talk about the grand scheme of things here with this group. Normally it is, but especially in these games where you have two teams that are this good.
Every time you watch Geneva, they are always very well disciplined. Every single time, this is what they do. But again, every single year, Hawken has improved, and they have a very impressive team. It's got to play up to their standard.
Now going to go in motion. There's going to be, it's like offsides on the defense, so that's a penalty from Geneva.
I take back my penalty compliment on Geneva.
So we're going to.
Boy, if that was ever a jinx.
You seem to do this about once a week where you say something and then either the exact opposite happens or you predict it perfectly. It's insane.
Apologize to the Geneva fans. I'm sorry. It won't happen again.
They're expecting some flowers or some sort of edible arrangement.
Yeah.
Delivered
Definitely.
promptly. Maybe not the weekend because it's the weekend, but Monday morning we need something. Around.
Look at this.
Right, gonna take it. Look at Moorhead blocking up the middle, but again, Geneva's defense read it perfectly. Inside, Connor Brenneman, another one of those captains with a big stop, forcing a third down.
And that's a well-coached defense. Staying home, playing it well. It was a great play call offensively, but when you stay home, those big plays, they don't really develop the way you want them to.
2nd and 1, they needed a yard, and they still do. 3rd and 1 now for the Hawks here. And when you're on this side of the field, I don't know if you're going for it on 4th down. We'll see what happens, but I'm sure Coach Amarino hoping they don't have to worry about that, and they can just move the chains here.
Got a single safety up top.
Moorhead going to look to pass. Looking on that right side, taking a shot. He's taking it to Obey down the right side. It's incomplete. Overshot his intended receiver. So 4th and short, and maybe you do go for it here. I'm not sure. It's one of those things, again, where you don't know when you're going to get the ball back if you're this Hawken offense.
That was, again, interesting play call on both sides. Again, playing man. You only had a single safety up top.
I almost wonder if that would have been a 2nd down play call when you take a shot. Normally you see coaches do that, 2nd and short.
That's a good point. I think I agree with you with that. I think that's a big point.
Well, he's converted 2 big 3rd downs. Can he do a 4th? As remember, Moorhead does punt as well, and he's going to punt that ball away. There's no one back, so this is going to be taking a Hawken bounce inside the 20. Mallett's able to chase it down. It will be down at around the 11-yard line, so carry that's another solid gain. Carry that's another solid gain. Davis got to the outside and going to give the offense some room to breathe here. A couple players look like they're down out there too.
I think Davis on Geneva's side, and there's also an injured Hawken player as well.
Yeah, Healy got in on a tackle. I'm not sure if he's the player down. Again, looks like from what I can see, Davis has been able to get up.
Yeah. Brennan's down.
And we're hearing Connor Brenneman is possibly the injured player. 10:41 to go in this first half. First down run for about 7 yards or so for the Geneva Eagles, who lead by a touchdown. The offense has been able to essentially have free reign in this first quarter, in this first half. That's a good sign now, as the player that was down able to get up, and that was Healy. Brendan Healy, who was in on the tackle and one of the leaders on this defense.
Yeah, he had the big block on the touchdown run earlier in the game.
So he'll come off, but he's walking off under his own power, now jogging off, so that's a great sign. And don't want to lose Healy if you can keep him out there, but he'll have to sit out for at least a play. It's 2nd and short. We've been told the name looks familiar. Burlingham, of course, playing for Jefferson last year, transferring schools. Appreciate that. Making an impact now with the Geneva squad. 2nd and short. Pete with that carry on the right side, getting near the first down marker. He's right at the line.
Yeah, Healy's coming right back in the game.
Yep. He's got the old the plain dealer mindset. Miss a day, miss a lot. Miss a play, miss a lot. He's back out there.
Yeah, he's ready. I think they end up getting the first off of that play.
Yeah, it was close, but he able to get that ball across the line to gain. And again, they just haven't really faced a lot of 3rd downs in this game so far. Keeper by Proy up the middle. Gets about halfway there, getting about 5.
Well, that's the reason, is that they're winning 1st and 2nd down. You know, 1st and 10 is turning into 2nd and 5, 2nd and 4, 2nd and 3. And that's what makes Geneva so good. You know, they can get those short 2nd downs. And that's something that Hawk is going to have to figure out defensively.
Yeah, just kind of putting themselves in position to be able to run the football in a lot of these spots, as it's 2nd and a long 4. Handoff Pete, right side, still pushing through, but this time Hawken able to stand him up. Now Pete still got about a yard or so. He's getting pressured by Wright and pushed out of bounds. He's getting pressured by Wright and pushed out of bounds. He is right near the line.
10-0.
The play call. Handoff, Pete inside. Handoff, Pete inside. He's close, he's pushing. It's a battle of lines here, and I'll tell you what, the spot looks like it's favorable.
They're going to give it to him.
Yep. Needed about a yard, got about 2, and Pete able to lower his shoulder and move the chains.
I didn't think at first he was going to get it.
It's that extra push and just the size and the physicality, and that's something that Coach Amarino mentioned when he talked about the biggest challenge facing a team like Geneva. They're just tough. They'll put their heads down for a yard or two if they need it. Right back to the line now are the Eagles. Proy gonna hand off, far side, under pressure, brought down. This time Hawkins there. And of course, Ove's in on the stop. Davis had nowhere to go on that carry.
That was an excellent job again with containment defensively. Hawkins start.
2nd and 13, a 3rd and 4 now as Pete officially gets 9 on that run. Unofficially, he's got 9 for 53 tonight. Just the workhorse of this backfield. Of course, we know what he does on the defensive end too, but just the steady flow as we're now getting near 7 minutes to go in this first half. 3rd down. Proy gonna keep it himself, right side, cuts through, he's got a hole. Caden Proy breaks up the middle and eventually gets spun down at the 40. Lashinger able to get to him, but not before Proy gets a huge gain in the 1st down.
Great offensive play call and unbelievable blocking. Linebackers got sealed, and you got that big run. Huge 3rd down run.
20-plus yards for Proy, and that is a huge conversion on a 3rd and medium, 4 to 5 yard attempt there. And again, Geneva's just been able to convert in these moments.
It felt like for a hot second the momentum was starting to turn over back to Hawken until that play.
But he hand off to Pete on that right side. He stays on his feet. He was tackled 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and Pete found a way to get 5.
I think there were 2 guys on him. I'm not kidding. I think there were
right.
2 guys on him, and he broke away.
It's so hard to tackle. Gets low to the ground. Shoulder pads are just that low. It's just, what do you do?
Again, you got to continue to gain tackle. Hawken is getting there. Now it's just finishing the play.
Easier said than done. Proy under center. He'll hand off on the end around. Davis cuts through with some speed and brought down on the big tackle. It was a good stop on the inside by Sawyers. Or I should say, rather, that was Miles Hamilton who made the stop.
So again, another opportunity. Defensively, you are forcing 3rd downs. So you are getting that. But as we know, it's a multi-step process.
Well, this is all 4-down territory. I think we've established that with Geneva with the ability to run the football like they do. You really don't even – the 3rd down is more about, hey, let's just get the 4th. Just because we know they're going to be able to do that. But Proy, again, going to be in that shotgun. And he's going to lose the ball. It's on the ground. And it's picked up. And here it goes. Lashinger picked it up. Lashinger picked it up. And he's in. Oh, on the snap, the handoff was fumbled, and Lashinger, right place, right time. 69 yards.
All it takes is just one play and not a clean handoff.
Oh, it
picked it right up.
It shot up into his hands, Double A.
You know.
Oh, he was just right there in the perfect spot, ready to go. And Lashinger goes the distance.
Unreal.
69-yard return. Wow. Unbelievable. Right place, right time for Alex Lashinger. The ball literally got shot out because 2 linemen fell on it.
Amazing.
He caught it like a pass, like a low pass. Wow. And now a point away from tying the ball game. That one's dropped on the snap. They got to roll out looking to pass. Throwing, it's caught. Can they get 2 out of this?
Are you kidding me?
He got it! That's huge for Hawken. Mallet, who's been quiet on offense, makes the play. The snap was fumbled. It's a throw.
You'll see how he reached in there to score. Get that football across the goal line.
Oh my goodness, what a turn of events. The Hawks have found themselves up 15-14 with 5:25 to go in this first half.
Unbelievable.
I swear these teams want me to lose my voice.
Unbelievable. And for Hawken, who again, they beat Gilmore a week ago, the dream season continues. Like, those are special moments that you will never forget when you have a special season. Amazing, because again, Geneva was moving down the field. They kept moving, they kept converting every 3rd down. But one turnover makes the difference. Unbelievable.
This is a huge turning point. There's going to be a
I think Hawken had to call timeout just to calm down.
little bit. Man, you talk about when you play in these kind of games with two teams that are this talented, sometimes you need some luck, some things just to kind of go and bounce your way, literally the ball to bounce your way. And I'll tell you what, Alex Lastinger, right place, right time, and he took off to the races. There was nobody near him.
Yeah, we talk about this all the time in sports, just period. It tells you, hey, you can't win based off of luck. Tell them that is not true, at all. Like, yes, sometimes the football can bounce your way, and you just take full advantage. And even a two-point conversion that was not meant to be a two-point conversion, able to get in there, absolutely special. And the games where we have had this year, where we have seen special moments, Kyle Cornell, has been unbelievable.
It's honestly truly special, as you mentioned, when these teams do these kind of things, because we talked about the comparisons. We mentioned this a few weeks ago. We talked about Hawken looking kind of like Perry did 2 years ago as far as where's the weakness on this team. The defense plays well. The offense has a multitude of weapons. They have 4 or 5 guys that can beat you, but they obviously have some of the key ones that are right front and center, but still, you're seeing it right there. Again, someone who's kind of working through the lineup as a slot and backup receiver and defensive player able to make a huge play.
23, Aaron.
Now return for Geneva as they try to lick the wounds here after that. A flag comes in late. Past the 40-yard line was the returner. That was the number 23, Gavin Queen, who got that. He's a sophomore. And that's going to be against Geneva, so they're going to move back. And now if you're the Eagles, this is not unfamiliar territory when you have the pedigree that Geneva has. They're used to going back and forth in games and in big moments, too. We'll see if they can figure this out now on the offense, because they've been rolling. Same as Hawken had been, too. Just a happenstance that the fumble happened in a key moment.
Well, it's just a miscommunication, right? That's just it, but you always have to remember, and we talk about this on CVC TV. I mean, all the games you see on Rock Entertainment Sports, we talk about it. It's always, what are kids thinking? What are their mindsets?
We're going to pitch. It's Pete to the outside. He lowers his shoulder. Pete spins through, gets near the first down marker. And they will give the 39, but they're going to say it's enough. So 10 yards for Pete and a first down.
Well, offensive line showing up as always. I mean, hey, go back to your strong side. Get a big run on the inside there. Get the first.
It's so hard that way to force turnovers at Geneva because they're just so well coached. It's very rare. Is Poirier going to keep that one up the middle? He'll get a gain of about 3 or 4 yards.
We mentioned this, probably not enough. Like, a lot of players on these teams, of course, across the CVC, they play both ways. But I'm watching Donovan Moorhead down here on the sideline. I'm like, it's been a while since he's been on the field.
Hasn't been out there, yeah. I'll tell you what, though, I'm sure he's thrilled with the score currently. 15-14, and a dropped extra point attempt on the hold turns into a 2-point conversion that gives the Hawks the lead with a little over 4 minutes to go in this first half. But Geneva trying to respond. Second down, handoff, Pete, left side, he's got room, Bryce Pete cuts up the middle, Pete's got room, and Mallet eventually chases him down inside the 20-yard line. Needed all the speed he could, Pete broke through.
That was a beautifully executed counterplay. It really was, and they did a great job. Again, Pete just with the speed, but the blocking, great play call. And again, every single play, Geneva, their offensive line, they're just firing on all cylinders.
It's been about a 39-yard run for Pete, who's now over 100 yards in the first half. And Geneva picking up right where they left off here. Handoff, Davis, right side. He's got room. Davis lowering his shoulder, getting inside the 10, down to about the 6-yard line. 12-yard gain for Davis.
They are having massive success, the Geneva Eagles, running between the guard and tackle. Massive success today.
Maybe on the 7-yard line.
It's just the physicality of this Geneva team, and they're trying to make sure they're not down for very long here if they keep moving the ball like this. Tough for anyone in the CVC, really anyone in Division III. When you play Geneva, it's just so difficult. That line play has been one of the staples for decades.
Again, coming into this game, you got to get a defender up top.
Boy under center again, going to turn handoff. Inside, Depetta again is in. Ricky Depetta with his 3rd rushing touchdown of the game. This one, the shortest, only 7, but it still counts for 6.
Defensively, you kind of tell based on body language, there was some kind of miscommunication. Defense obviously not happy about the result, but taking full advantage. He wasn't even touched getting into the end zone for his third touchdown.
Interesting conundrum here for Geneva now is they may have to go for 2, and they will because of the score. It's a 5-point game. Proy rolling out to the right, looking. Proy cuts back inside, and he is going to be tackled. There's a flag that came in late, but Proy was short. And it looks like it's going to be on Geneva. They'll decline this. So the score going to stay 20-15. Geneva holding on to that 5-point lead.
So Eagles lead by 5.
I tell you what, that dropped extra point hold for a 2-point conversion could be a key factor in this game because both teams going back and forth now. And we may actually see Donovan Moore for the first time in this quarter.
Yeah, true. True, but you're mentioning like the flipping of the scores. Geneva, I thought, an excellent drive in terms of, taking advantage of the counters. They are, again, I can't stress this enough, they're having massive success running between the right guard and the right tackle, center and guard. They're doing an unbelievable job with the blocking. And Hawken defensively has not been able to consistently stop that.
Hey, if you're looking to break into the exciting world of broadcasting, film, or digital media, the Ohio Media School here in Cleveland offering hands-on training in TV and radio broadcasting, audio production, sports broadcasting, and more. Their real-world approach, taught by industry professionals, ensures you'll be job-ready in about 8 months. Of course, located conveniently over in Valley View, their Cleveland campus is your gateway to a rewarding career in media. Visit beonair.com to start your journey today. That's beonair.com. What a journey we've been on so far in this first half, AA.
True. I mean, to this point, though, again, Hawkins' offense have not been on the field in a really long time.
And shake it off as Wright's going to take this ball inside the 10. Wright's got some room, cutting back right side, and he gets torn down. A solid tackle right there by Brody Ham. He makes the hit and the stop, and it's where
first quarter trying to get those high percentage plays. And I mentioned, first quarter trying to get those high percentage plays. And I mentioned, this Hawken team, they're going to run and pass, obviously, but the lone touchdown offensively was through a run.
It was Obey, ironically enough, with that 39-yard touchdown run on the first drive for Hawken after they completed a couple big third down conversions, at least one big one over the middle. And Tommy Wright had that big catch for 25. Moorhead back to pass again, looking, taking a shot down the right side to Mallet. He caught the ball. Was he in bounds? No, they say he was just out. Put the ball right over his shoulder, but Mallet could not get 1 foot in. So it's going to be third down and long on the way for the Hawks.
I mean, if you're talking style points, that was a beautiful looking throw. But well defended, of course, forcing the receiver, get out of bounds.
You put the ball where you need to on that back shoulder over the shoulder, which is a crazy spot.
Now, we got this a second ago. We had the field cam new this year, and you'll see at various points of the field cam how much Moorhead stands over everybody else.
One of the biggest players out there is he's going to make a big play here. Third down and 10. Moorhead over the middle. Got a receiver. It's caught. And still on his feet past midfield and eventually torn down his right. I should say, rather, that was actually Kevin Oscar who made the catch. Over the middle, a huge play of 25 yards.
Yeah, and his offensive line gave their quarterback an opportunity to get a good throw. They've had success offensively over the middle of the defense. A huge third down conversion for Hawken.
First time we've called Oscar's name tonight. He made a couple big plays a few weeks ago against Berkshire. And now again, Hawken driving. A little over 2 minutes to go in this first half. Moorhead drops back to pass, short over the middle. Tipped in. It's still caught. It's caught by Obey. Breaks right side. Inside the 20 down to the 15. Kenne Obey, right place, right time, first down.
You can't make this stuff up. Look at this replay. And look at how it was tipped.
Oh,
and in.
Unbelievable. 34 yards.
And that ball, obviously, you saw it on our cameras, never hit the turf.
Wow. We talk about the breaks and getting a few of them to go your way. Hawken's been able to ride that fine line in this first half, and they're knocking on the door to try and retake the lead. Handoff, Obe inside. He's going to have nowhere to go. Saw a tackle on the inside by Chase Cinco, another one of those seniors.
Yeah, the defense is saying we need to get things back on track. Get things back on track. It's been a couple of home run balls over the top.
And that ball was tipped to the initial target. It was floating through the air and eventually picked up. Catch by Obe. There's going to be a flag, and I believe it's going to be a false start. So we're going to have to move back 5 yards and try second down again. Minute 13 to go here in this first half. Hawken still does have 2 timeouts remaining. Geneva, of course, having all 3.
And we should bring up, since you brought up the timeouts, Hawken did have to burn a timeout after that 2-point conversion because things were crazy. But not having that third timeout, we'll see. I mean, it's a lot of time still.
And Moorhead again in that shotgun. Second and long. Looking to pass. Middle throws. It is. They're going to say it caught. Wright catches it.
Looks like right at the 10 here, I can see.
Be a short gain. Now Wright looking a little ginger running back into the huddle here. And they're actually going to give right about 8 on that completion.
Yeah, they gave Hawken a timeout. It was waiting a little late for the call. So we got, 47 seconds, which is, you would think, plenty of time. But, man, this quarter and this half has told a story in itself, Kyle.
This has been crazy. We talked about, obviously, last week in the start to that game. This one's been able to deliver through the second quarter now. Our CVC TV game of the week, and to be honest, yeah, these big plays that continue to find Hawken. It seems like they just find a play to make it work, to stay close in this game. So impressive. And now, can they capitalize in this moment with 53 seconds? Because remember, Geneva does get the ball to start the third quarter.
And again, Hawken can get a first down without scoring here.
Yep, need to get to about the 5-yard line to reset the downs. But obviously, you're in 4-down territory here. Moorhead going to start third in the shotgun. Obe on his right hip. Looking to pass. Moorhead looks back. Little dump off. It is out of the reach of his intended receiver. That was right. Got hit late. But no flag there, so 4th down on the way.
Pretty good pressure, and I wonder what the adjustments we're going to see in the second half. Can Geneva defensively get to Moorhead a little bit more quickly than they have in this first half?
I think if you're sending more people, though, if you run screens and little bubble routes like they've been able to do, you can get those completions out. You're going to have open field for guys like Wright, guys like Obe to make plays. So it's give and take on the defensive end. Going to pitch around. Looking to throw his mallet, and it's incomplete. There's a flag.
Yeah, you can't grab the arm. That was pretty much of a bell out.
So we know Mallet can swing it a little bit, and that is huge. Pass interference going to be called on Geneva, so that should be an automatic first down. And
man,
it will
that's
be.
Tough.
That's huge for the Hawks.
Because defensively, I thought the play was made.
It was well covered. It really was. That's the second time they've ran that bit of double pitch end around, and Geneva's been on it. Mallet had nowhere to run, and obviously the throw wasn't going to get to anybody there, but against pass interference from the Eagles keeps this drive alive now for the Hawks.
And a new set of downs. So, getting the...
They're going to put them down at the 5-yard line. So 42 seconds to go in the second quarter here, and going to see if Hawken can convert. Lady Luck has been on their side on this drive. And a timeout going to be called by Geneva. So there's the first call timeout for the Eagles here in this first half. So they have 2 left. Hawken has 1. So they can still, if they wanted to run it, they could. The marker down there still has fourth down,
Yeah,
but it should be.
I was going to ask you, like,
Yeah, it should be
three.
first. It's an automatic first on pass interference usually.
No.
First down, of course, on the scoreboard as well.
They're going to have to figure out, like, here. I think you're right. I mean, if it's a PI, it's
And it
a
was
PI.
and it was in the end zone, so that's where you talk about normally if we're talking higher levels of football, the ball be placed at the 1.
Yeah.
But in this situation, obviously, it's not. It's just half the distance. Technically, half the distance would be at the 5, which was enough for a first down, unless the marker was on the inside of it. But even then, with the pass interference penalty, usually it results in an automatic first down. I think they're probably looking for some clarification, too, down on the field, I'd imagine, because this obviously could affect the play call, as you see the student section for
This is huge because, I mean, if it's fourth down, you're approaching this differently than if it would be first down, first and goal.
The scoreboard has it as first down, but the on-field has it as fourth. And we're
going to run a play.
There's going to be a play.
We're going to find out.
I'm sure if you're Coach John Marino and company, you'd rather just score here. You don't want to even have any doubt. But it'd be nice to have some clarity on that. Moorhead hands Obey inside, lowering the shoulder, and we'll see where he gets placed after the initial head down.
He's at the line,
that
too.
That is tough. Then they're going to say, was he short?
I think based on the marker.
Yeah, it's not looking good. Yeah, a lot of confusion down on the field, too, with what this play was called, and they're going to say it was short. They're going to call it a turnover on downs. Interesting that play, the pass interference in the end zone, that wasn't a first down. It's strange. Well, that's a break for the Eagles on the defensive end.
There you go.
And Geneva is going to have 29 seconds. They still have 2 timeouts to try and capitalize on this.
Well, that's if they want to play, unless they just take a knee.
And they might just do that. Looks like they did. And that will run the clock out because Geneva will start the second half with the ball. And that's how we're going to go into halftime. The score 20-15. Interesting turn of events at the end of this first half, but the Eagles hold on to a 5-point lead here on CVC TV. Double A, your thoughts on that first half? It was crazy.
Absolutely crazy. Geneva did a great job, though, getting that stop, though. There at the end, kind of overcoming some adversity that they had after the fumble. But, this is the type of game you expect from 2 of the top teams in this conference, 2 of the top teams in Division III. Again, we talked about it coming into this game. Hawken and Geneva, 2 of the top 4 teams in this region alongside Canfield and Maple Heights. So we'll see what happens coming up here in the second half in a CVC crossover game.
A crazy first half, obviously, for everyone involved. And, again, we'll see how it all shakes out. Of course, Moorhead unofficially is thrown for over 140 yards in that first frame. And on the other side, too, we talked about the running backs for Geneva. And what a first half for Ricky Depetta, too. 3 rushing touchdowns on just 4 carries. He is the guy who's put the points on the board for the Eagles. As, of course, they're honoring staff down on the field as well at halftime. And with that, we'll take a break at our end. We'll listen in and, of course, hear the bands, too, and bring you second half action on the other side right here on CVC TV.
Attention fans, if you could please direct your attention to the 50-yard.
Do you want to learn how to be a producer, DJ, on-air talent, or influencer? Visit beonair.com and discover a media school that's changing the game. We have 7 campuses across the country, and you can graduate in as little as 8 months. No math or English classes here, just classes that interest you and give you hands-on experience with real-world professionals in the media industry. And there's financial aid available for those who qualify. Stop sleepwalking through life. Show up for your dreams. Visit beonair.com and take the free career assessment. Beonair.com.
Hey guys, Kyle and Anthony here with CVC TV. And do you have any unwanted guests in your home?
I don't know why you looked at me when you said that. We're not talking about me.
No, we're not. We're actually talking about bats, believe it or not. It is a thing here in Northeast Ohio. And luckily, our friends right behind us here, Alpha Animal Removal, have you covered. Those pests, they get in your attic. It could be a whole another ball game when it comes to taking care of your home. But don't worry, Alpha Animal Removal, they got you covered.
They got you covered. They're going to handle business as far as detecting where the bats are, getting it out safely, and they'll fill up the holes too, so to make sure that they don't return to your home and business. If you have a business as well, they'll take care of you.
And of course, we're talking about bats, but we're also talking about really any critters that get out there. You want to make sure you can get them out safely. We all love our animals, of course, but want to make sure your house is taken care of too. As Anthony mentioned, they do a great job with that. Anthony, where can people go to make sure they do this the right way, the humane way, and the safe way?
alpha-animal-removal.com. That's alpha-animal-removal.com.
Right there.
Petty on a north.
Not there, Adam. I don't think it's there. You think someone went down there and picked it up?
There for you. Katie Scott.
I was thinking I meant it.
Patty Short.
How do you know you dropped?
Lori Schulman.
Because I thought I dropped something earlier. I took it.
Tom Shirts. Matt Simon. Maria Steiner. Larry Tollefson. Adam Shapiro. Amy Wadsworth. Heidi Wilbrand. To all the faculty and staff members here with us tonight, and to those who are celebrating with us from afar, we see you, we appreciate you, and we thank you. So let's show our appreciation. Everyone, please join me in giving our outstanding faculty and staff a well-deserved round of applause. One more time for all the Hawken faculty and staff.
It's halftime now, yes. Well, your best one comes an hour later than we thought it was, so we may stay a little bit longer. Maybe we're not going to sit till the end, buddy. That was late. Go keep playing, all right, buddy? Well, I told him we'd leave at halftime. He's actually being pretty responsible. It was time to go home. From my understanding, Dr. Mitchell is like, we've done like the miles here. Yeah, like I was here. Like, he comes in, stands at the end, takes pictures of the kids as they like recreation. Like Dr. Mitchell, like, my understanding is like, he's in the gym, like dripping in sweat, he's like coaching the kids, and so, which is why I think. I'm sorry, sorry. So it's like,
We're kicking off our outside show with the iconic hits by Lady Gaga. Next up is the Britney Spears classic, Toxic. Tonight we will be featuring our majorette line, Kaylin, Timmy, Maddie, Ava, Lucy, Kylie, and Addie. In the best way. But the Geneva Marching Band has another hit to drop. Next up, they're going a little bad. Bad guy bad. Here comes the unforgettable sound of Billie Eilish, Band Style.
Halftime here at Wilson Stadium, the score 20-15. The visiting Geneva Eagles leading the Hawken Hawks right here on your CVC TV Game of the Week. Week 4. Kyle Cornell, Double A Anthony Alpha with you as always on the call for the game. And Double A, what an eventful first half here from Hawken High School. Both teams going back and forth. It's just a 5-point game, and some controversy at the end of the first half when it comes to the Hawken sideline, getting some more clarification, obviously. That was a defensive holding call, apparently. Though that's only a 5-yard penalty, half the distance. They needed to get to the 4 instead of the 5. That's why it was 4th and 1. Geneva with a huge stop on 4th and 1 to get the ball back, take a knee. They're going to start the third quarter with possession. That's going to be key to try and keep this lead. Now, we talked about, can you get a lead and can you keep the ball in possession? Let's look at some of the scoring from the first half.
Yeah, let's take a look. And we talked about with Hawken, yeah, they passed, but how about this run with Obi just getting things going?
This is the only offensive touchdown in this game for Hawken. It was a run.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they got that going, and then Geneva handling business. And when you have 3 big backs, that's the first of 3 touchdowns for Depetta. And he just got after it.
He's a name that has popped out here, and he gets those carries, and it's another sweep. And again, it's the same kind of move they've ran multiple times, and Depetta's been able to capitalize and get into the end zone. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. This was big, though. This was the fumble that shot up into the hands of Lassiter. He was able to take that distance, 69 yards. This got Hawken back into the game.
Yes, it did, and it flipped the score. It got not just back in the game, but as you will see on this 2-point, it was supposed to be just a regular extra point, but instead it turned into a fumble snap. And then, how about this? Reaching over Charlie Mallett, reaching the football through the goal line. Hawken was up 15-14 on that score.
Yeah, but then Geneva marched right back down the field after that turnover. And look at Depetta, just found the crease, nice and easy in there, practically untouched for 7 yards. His 3rd touchdown of that first half, and it gets us to where we are now, 20-15 the score, as we get right up and geared up for the second half action here from Wilson Stadium. And again, this is, if you're Geneva, you're right where you want to be. You have a lead, you're going to start the second half with the football, dominating clock, dominating possession, trying to keep Donovan Moorhead and that offense off the field. Probably #1 priority for Coach Shimsky and company.
And for the most part, they were successful with that in the second quarter, but it has to be all communication. Can't obviously fumble the football, do those things, but what's been impressive throughout this game with Geneva, their offensive line has really fired off all cylinders, and the right side, they've had major success, guard to tackle gaps, and if Geneva can keep that up, then this second half will be theirs.
It's 2 3-0 teams as we rapidly approach already. It's hard to believe we're almost in the halfway point of the regular season. It seems like I said that every year we do this, but nevertheless. Big game, you mentioned seeding. These 2 are in the mix for the top 4 in Division 3, Region 9.
In Region 9.
Yeah,
And again, both coaches, staffs, they're doing the right thing. There's a say, focus on this game, 1 game at a time, 1-0, which it is.
But then our job is to look at the bigger picture.
But our job is to look at the bigger picture because we are the media. And Division 3, Region 9, coming into today, according to Joe Idle, Hawken, they're the 2 seed. Geneva's the 4 seed. Canfield, Maple Heights, those are the other 2 teams in that top 4. This year, with the new playoff format, only top 12 in each region make the playoffs, and the top 4 seeds get a first-round bye. So the winner of this game, obviously there's more weeks to go, but you have the inside track of getting that first-round bye.
And we were remiss if I didn't bring this up as well. We got updates, obviously, throughout the week from our game last week. McCoy Richards, the quarterback for Perry that was injured, broken femur. He had surgery the following morning. He is recovering. He should be home by now, which is awesome. And of course, everyone here at CVC TV wishing McCoy a speedy recovery. There's hope to do pole vaulting, believe it or not, in the spring if you can get healed.
Yeah, McCoy Richards, that's what he wants to do.
Yeah, so best of wishes and hopefully a speedy recovery for you, my brother. I hope you get well, and wishing the Richards family, of course, much health and hopefully some good juju over the next part of the season, because they got another Richards on that team that can make plays, as we saw as well. So wanted to mention that as we gear up for second half action again here at halftime, of course. Hawken honoring the teachers, staff, And now the team trying to honor the fans and get a big win at home. Back-to-back weeks, could they do it? Last week, huge win at Gilmore, trying to get things back on track in this game. Onside kick to start. That ball was touched by a Hawken player. Wow, they may have not called it. We'll see what the official ruling is going to be because it looked like it was touched by the Hawks inside 10 yards originally.
Yeah, the officials are going to discuss it, of course.
Geneva should get this ball.
Get a player touched it right about the 47-48.
Yeah, it looked like possibly Hamilton somewhere in there maybe kicked that. Could have even been possibly Bautista too. And it is going to be Geneva football. You're wondering if there was going to be some sort of shock play to start. We thought maybe Geneva may throw a pass to open their first drive, or if Hawken was going to take an attempt here to try and get an onside kick. They did. And Geneva did run back like a normal kickoff, so they had an opportunity to just touch the ball inside anyway. I don't know if that would have counted if they would have recovered it. But nevertheless, we missed the next. Actually, where they're downing the ball now would be where the ball was touched originally.
Correct, yes. So that would be right here at the 48.
Yeah, so it was touched inside 10. So that's where it's going to start. Geneva will get the ball on Hawkins' side of the field, and this is the risk reward when you do onside kicks. Great field position to start for the Eagles.
And that's the last thing you want, of course, if you're Geneva. Hey, worth the risk, worth, the opportunity, but short field for Geneva as they start this third quarter.
You don't want to give them that. It's Proy under center to start this third quarter.
22.
Hand off to Depetta. He got nowhere.
6.
Solid tackle by Healy inside.
I think it should be line of scrimmage.
Depetta maybe got back to the line, if that.
Yeah, I think so, Kyle. And you kind of see a little bit of the adjustments. You saw a little bit defensively with Hawken in the second quarter. They were starting to figure things out defensively. They were getting to Pete. They were getting to all the tailbacks in the backfield, but they weren't able consistently to finish the tackles. That go around, they got the stop.
Second and long. Proy under center again. Hands off, Pete, far side. He's hitting the corner. Pete turning upfield. Still lowering his shoulder, still on his feet, and gets out of bounds. Should be past the first down marker. Let's see if they mark him out. And they will. Now the one referee is hanging out behind the line. Yeah, they're going to say he's short.
Well, it was still a very impressive run. I mean, to still be able to turn up the corner like that, just the speed. You see somebody with his size to be able to run that fast with that speed. Yeah, again, who wants to tackle that in the open field? It's tough.
Yeah, Pete unofficially 115 yards on the ground tonight. Handoff inside, lowers his shoulder, dives forward. I'll tell you what, the spot's interesting, but they are going to move him past. It's right at the line, and he'll get a first down.
This is a good time to mention that Pete in the starting lineup is mentioned as a fullback.
I think we've seen this over the past couple of years here. Where, fullback means, no, I'm still going to be the running back, and he's got 14 carries. He's been the bell cow so far.
That was probably the one play where you could say, yeah, that's a fullback play.
How about this, Proy? Empty backfield right now. Expecting the man in motion, and there it is. Again, pitch to Depetta. He's trying to break to the outside, make a play. He's going to get torn down. A tackle on the inside by Mallet. Going to pull him in back towards the hash mark. Try to force him back inside. Gain of about 5 for Depetta.
Well, and again, still a success for Geneva, who for most of the first half, they got big gains on first down and second down. And that continued on that play.
And seeing Proy, that empty backfield makes you think for a second, are we going to see a pass attempt? He can throw the football, but it's rare for Geneva.
And again, they're leading, so that's the other thing.
They don't want to take a necessary chance. Proy going to keep it himself. Left side, he's got a hole. Proy breaks through inside the 10-5 and a touchdown. Caden Proy found the angle and got in. 33 yards, his first touchdown of the game. Geneva lengthens their lead.
Was he even touched? I don't even. It was one hand touch, but the blocking was spectacular, and he was able to get in, get that big score. And again, when you give Geneva that short field, that's the risk. You give them that short field, get a touchdown on the board.
Yeah, Proy's got that speed. It's a good mix of different players and how they play too. For the Geneva offense, is McKinney going to line up the extra point. make this a 2-possession game. Play is blown dead. The flag did come out. A couple of them now. They're going to...
I think this now, Geneva's going to go for 2.
Yeah, they got moved a little bit closer. So instead of the ball being down at the 2-3, you're going to move inside now maybe to between the 1 and 2 here.
And if Geneva does get this, make it, what, a 13-point difference?
A little more symmetrical. It's currently an 11-point game. Geneva marched down the field inside the first 2 minutes of this second half and was able to get 6 points on the board, and now an opportunity to put 2 more up. As AA mentioned, make it a 13-point game.
This will be their second 2-point conversion attempt of the game.
Did not convert the first one. Proy pitches. Pete outside, working through. He is pressured, and he's brought down. Great read. Mallet leading the way out there as well as Mitch Greenberg. First thing we've called his name tonight. He got a stop on the outside, too, with Mallet, and no good on the 2-point conversion. Only time Geneva's been unsuccessful today. It hasn't been a turnover on the fumble. It's been 2-point conversion attempts. Nevertheless, they lead 26-15 right here on CVC TV. And, of course, the presenting sponsor for us here at CVC TV is the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery, Dr. Ski Lewis and Jill Weber. They handle everything from dental surgery and implants, corrective jaw and facial surgery, and trauma reconstruction. For all of your oral surgery needs, visit the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery website. That's www.ohsurgery.com. Nevertheless, an impressive start again for this Geneva offense. AA able to march down the field, and Caden Proy did it himself for 6.
Yeah, he did. And you mentioned, too, like the guys who have been able to get the football for Geneva, all different styles. But one thing is clear, for all 3, it's like you get the football in their hands. They have speed. All 3 of them have speed in the backfield.
It's different levels of speed, too. Pete, more of a bruiser, but can obviously beat you with the wheels. We see what Proy can do, just fast and got some good size, too, at 6'1", 6'2", 200 pounds. Then, obviously, we talked about Depetta when he's able to do speedster. And all seniors, all quick.
And we've seen a little bit of Owen Davis as well.
Yeah, he's been sprinkled in. This will be a chance for Mallet here. He's going to take the ball. And at the 10, trying to make a play. Mallet's been quiet for the most part. 2-point conversion attempt he got as he stretches forward and gets just shy of the 30-yard line. And that's where Donovan Moorhead and company will head back onto the field. Last time they were out there, got close.
Yeah, they got very close. And, of course, we talked about what happened at the end of the first half. Everybody here in the stadium talked about what happened at the end of the first half.
Yeah, you took a trip to the water cooler, and everyone was asking you what's going on.
But that's the difference here. You got to finish and wonder how aggressively this Hawken offense is going to be on this first down.
And trips to the bottom of your screen. Mallet in motion, moving right to left, top of your screen now. Throw, left side, it's caught. There's Wright. He's working his way back inside, past the 35, down to around the 36-yard line.
Taking a little bit of advantage of the zone. Pete moved slid a little bit to the left, tried to account for some of the other players, the way the offense was going, and Moorhead found an open receiver, found that open space.
Yeah, Wright 5 catches 53 yards. He is the leading receiver in this game, in which 6 different players have caught a pass from Mallet, who's unofficially passed 150 yards to the air now. And in that shotgun, Mallet again in motion. He's been moving around in that slot. Taking a shot, left sideline, out of the reach of the intended receiver. That was Obey, who just, again, couldn't get under it. Too much hair.
Second time in this game, they've tried to have that connection and not able to convert. And again, in a man-to-man situation.
But in this situation, you take that shot, second and long 3 yards or so. You're okay with taking a shot down the field because it is still 3rd and short.
Oh, it's the right play call. It's just not able to. But this is what this offense can do, though. Again, that spread offense, and once they can get a connection going down the field, it wouldn't surprise me if they get another big, deep threat down the field.
Moorhead's been out there. He's been able to develop a rhythm, but he's been off the field for a lot of this game, kind of playing into the hand of Geneva. A little third down conversion over the middle to Mallet. Makes the catch and moves the chains. First down.
Nice little drag route there underneath there just to get the easy first down underneath. Keep things going. I think what's important here with this drive, you know, as crazy as this game has been, for most of this game, it's been at Geneva's pace.
Down. And it's on the defense. Down. And it's on the defense.
We've got sportsmanlike.
Yeah, that's a big penalty against Geneva. That's going to move the ball further down here for Hawken and company. So that ended up being a huge play, 33 yards, and add on to it at the end there with the unsportsmanlike.
I wonder if it was that shove at the end that caused the penalty.
Yes.
13 catches, well over 130 yards, and multiple touchdowns last week from Mallet. He's starting to come alive now in this third quarter. So the ball all the way down to the 12 now for Hawken.
See if they hand the ball off here.
Good call, double A. Obey gets it. He works back to the right and just getting nowhere to go. Pete was there on the stop. Not our producer, Pete, but Bryce Pete.
Yeah, and that was a good read. That was a good read there. I mean, our Pete would have made that play.
There may have been a time in a certain area in Northeast Ohio where Pete could have.
I have confidence he would have made that play.
No, that speaks for one of us.
But we both agree that Bryce Pete,
yes,
no problem making that play.
He can make that tackle. Yes, he can.
Now get back to man defensively. See if you get a slant here.
Just a way to shake off and get a quick completion. Moorhead looking, going to take a shot. Looking for that back left corner, incomplete.
12 to 10.
White was in that back left side to the pylon. It was a out route there and just a little over his head, so now third down coming.
Wonder if Wright was looking for a penalty there. He threw his arms up a little bit.
Yeah, ball was out of his reach.
But hey, 2 stops. And now after that penalty that, you know, Geneva gave up.
I'll tell you what, after the initial touchdown run from Obey, too, they have not been able to run this football. And, of course, against Normandy last week, a lot of negative rushing yards did this Geneva defense. So it's tough to run on these guys. But Moorhead's been able to find some rhythm when he's been out there passing the football. We'll have to do it again. Right side throws, caught, turning the corner, inside, lays out, and he's in. Tommy Wright gets in for 6, a huge touchdown as Hawken pulls closer.
That was a great decision, and Moorhead had to go through multiple progressions because the DBs were on it and the linebackers, but Wright turning that corner, getting the football, getting in the end zone. See the student section there for Hawken and taking advantage of big plays, being aggressive in the air in this drive, back on the board.
And now, on purpose, it looks like they are going to go for 2.
That's a good call.
Probably a better way to put it this time as Moore lines up in the shotgun. 5-point game. They get to 2. It makes it a 3-point game. And then we've got some interesting things going on. Moorhead looking to his right. Rolling. Takes a shot. Throws. Backhanded. And it was incomplete. Tough throw. Tough angle. And Mallet tried to go behind his back, essentially, away from the ball to catch it, and just couldn't bring it in. So the score going to remain 26-21 in an entertaining affair here at Wilson Stadium. The CVC TV, your game of the week. Geneva still up by 5. Of course, say Greeny Sports Cards, Northeast Ohio's largest buyer and seller of sports cards, is looking to buy yours. That's right, whether you had a few cards or a whole storage unit full of them, set up an appointment through their website. That's greenysportscards.com. Always buying, always selling Greeny Sports Cards. Again, that website, greenysportscards.com.
So far, both teams are 0 for 3 in intentional 2-point conversions. 1 for 1 in accidental 2-point conversions.
So I'm saying maybe they should have called the extra point. You never know what can happen.
Yeah, true.
Nevertheless, that's where the score sits. 26-21.
How about it? How about that response by Hawken, just being able to go right down the field, taking advantage of the man-to-man defense, and finally getting some big plays on the sideline. They missed a few connections throughout this game, and they finally were able to hit with Mallet and Tommy Wright.
Yeah. Of course, we've seen the players play, especially the big names. We've seen Obey with the first touchdown run. Now we've seen Mallet make a big catch, and Tommy Wright just consistent. 6 catches on the night, including that touchdown. Pulling this back to a 1-score game. Geneva looking to take more time again off the clock here, as that's going to be a low line driving kick. It's going to stay in bounds, which means we're going to see a return. Well, bobble for a moment there by Depetta. He breaks on the right side. Look at the speed of Depetta. He slices through
down.
and eventually does go down just shy of the 40-yard line, but Depetta bobbled the return, but able to get a solid 20-plus yards on it just by slicing through with that speed.
And that's what he's been doing all game long. That's how he scored, his 3 touchdown runs, just being able to slice. And Geneva having success on special teams. Of course, the previous possession to start this half, for those joining us, the onside kick hitting a Hawken player. They had things on short field. And it's going to be another short field opportunity for Geneva.
All right, so here we go. Ball going to start now on the 37-yard line for the Eagles. Proy going to keep it in the shotgun. Goes to his right side, fresh off his touchdown run, and Proy lowers his shoulder and gets about halfway there, gain of about 4 to 5.
And that's been the other story, throughout this game, and why Geneva has had success offensively, highly successful on first downs.
Been able to stay ahead of the sticks for the most part. Even when they haven't, they've been able to just find ways with the different run calls to work through and get some of those yards back. And triple running back set again for Proy. Gonna hand off inside, breaking through, it's Pete! Inside the 20, one man to beat and he will, touchdown! Bryce Pete, 58 yards for 6, untouched down the middle of the field.
He said, I'm getting in the end zone finally, right now. And you knew he was getting the ball and just success. The issue now throughout this game, the linebackers are getting sucked in because, again, you're trying to figure out who you're matching up with. And this Geneva offense, this Geneva backfield, they're going to make you pay. No matter what, they're making you pay.
175 yards unofficially, and that touchdown now for Bryce Pete on the night on the ground. Key factor with 15 of those big carries. Extra point for McKinney is up, and it is good. Score now. Going to pop up to, if my math is correct, 33-21. And that's where we are after that big touchdown run from Pete. Only took a couple plays, double A, and they found their way down.
Well, again, I want, when you have those 3 backs in the backfield, and, of course, the quarterback taking the ball under center, it's like you're the linebackers, you're the defensive line. It's like, okay, who's my assignment? And no matter how much you coach it up, it's so hard to not only figure out the assignment, but how to defend it.
And it's the idea, too, You know Geneva's running the football. We run into the same, these defenses run into the same problem when they see Kirtland. That kind of offense where it's just so heavy with the run, and Kirtland does throw it a little bit more with Jake Laverty and company, but still, this is, what's coming, but it's just still so hard to stop.
Well, I will say even with that play, when you have those 3 backs and all 3 backs are scoring threats, I can almost argue you don't know what's coming, even if you prep for it. It's like, because again, Depetta had 3 scores as well, so that was Pete's first touchdown. So, man, it's so tough.
And now in this half, we've seen Proy and we've seen Pete get into the end zone. The balance is unwavering.
That knee.
Yeah, Wright took that knee down in high school. That means you're there, and that ends up being a great kickoff for McKinney and company. They're going to be inside their own 10, so the offense backed up. And
that's the right call by the officials. You get that knee is down, exactly, you catch
right.
it.
Yep, exactly right. Is be a tough ask now for Donovan Moorhead and company as they try to keep hope alive. Still plenty of time in the ball game. Nearly 7 minutes, I should say, to go in this third quarter. But both teams offensively have been able to kind of just go back and forth. And if you do that, Geneva's built up that lead. It's going to be tough to come back.
And that's why Hawken wanted to kick that onside kick earlier to start this half.
Try and steal a possession back if they could. Did not work, though. Nevertheless, we're going on now as Moorhead looking to pass, still under pressure, throws, backside, incomplete, looking for Mallet on the back shoulder. He was running upfield, not towards the sideline, and that one will fall incomplete.
Yeah, that's pretty spot on there, too. And maybe, again, just trying to look over the middle. The defenders were covering the areas, stowed away.
Well, it's going to be on the arm of Moorhead. in this game. 16 of 25, unofficially 201 yards, and that one touchdown on the last drive to Tommy Wright. And backed up deep in his own territory here, 2nd down and long. Ward looking throws, short pass, it's caught. Mallett's got some room and gets some positive yards out of that.
5 on the tackle, right at the 15.
It was positive yards. You do wonder, though, if like a couple more blocks was able to get there on the screen. You know, that short play could have been a bigger play.
And they'll take about 6.
You know, this almost has a feel. You know, we did a game last week of the regular season. It was Fairview and Crestwood the last week where it was back and forth, high scoring in the 40s. And Fairview had to steal a possession after a score.
They did. It's Moore now trying to convert a 3rd down deep in his own territory. Throws middle, caught. Tommy Wright able to spin through and get that 1st down. Huge catch, and Wright's been consistent all throughout the game. It's his 7th catch.
Well, he's going to need to get into the double digits in catches. I'm not kidding. He's going to need to.
Well, nevertheless, a big 1st down is now past the 20 down to the 22-yard line. So able to get some breathing room back there behind Moorhead now.
You always look at a player when they're down, but Charlie Malley, he was just tying his shoes.
Loop, swoop, and pull. Double knotted too if you can. Moore looks to pass, middle, got a receiver streaking, it's caught. What a catch over the middle to Wright, who's starting to heat up. Tommy Wright with a big game.
Yeah, you're going to see a tough hit at the old. 2 teammates of Geneva colliding, but I think they both got up. But yeah, taking full advantage of the seam, going right over the middle. And again, as long as if this defense is going to give you the man-to-man, the single high safety, take full advantage. That's what this Hawken offense could do, running the spread offense.
8th catch of the game for Tommy Wright. Unofficially 95 yards in that touchdown. Moorhead, hands off. And Kenny Obey, again, nowhere to go. Since that touchdown run, he has been bottled up.
And it's those linebackers that's been getting in there every single time. This rush defense for Geneva, ever since that opening touchdown run, has been on the money in this ball game.
They actually moved him back a little bit, so not even a yard on that carry.
And it's tough, too, because you want it offensively. You got to throw in a run. You want to keep them honest a little bit.
After the first few drives, we're saying, hey, they're pretty balanced here. A little screen play, that's going to be off. Here comes Wright. He's got room. Wright turns upfield. He breaks inside the 40, cuts back. Look at the speed of Tommy Wright down inside the 30 to 25.
25, Aaron.
33 yards for Tommy Wright.
You're going to see the replay, and you have the screen. You know, you can't get the running game going, hey, set up something underneath. That's what they wanted a couple plays ago, and they were able to get it. But now play is stopped as I think that is Wright who's down right now.
Yeah, Wright's had a huge impact on the game. He's doing his Charlie Mallett impersonation. 9 catches, 128 yards unofficially, and a touchdown. But now, obviously, on the ground, getting worked on. Looks like maybe it's a cramp or something like that, which we still can see. It's abnormally warm.
It is.
For where we're at now in the year. We're kind of in the midpoint of September. This is normally where things start to cool down, but temps were up near 80 again today, and this weekend's supposed to be warm. So unseasonably warm, to say the least.
It's I'm just going to call you the chief meteorologist of our broadcasting team.
Don't do that.
Warmer here today than it was 2 weeks ago when we were here.
It's true. It was a little chilly out here at Wilson Stadium. And tonight, 63 and clear. It's nice out, but still a little bit of humidity out there.
Yeah, Wright is up. He dapped up the trainer.
Yeah, thanks for the stretch. Appreciate it, as he's going to walk off under his own power and try to loosen up. And they're going to need him. He's been impactful in this game at a very high level.
Trainer's going to work on him.
The play has moved back here. They're called a penalty, I guess, during the play, so that it's going to be waved off.
I wonder if they called a block in the back during the play.
Well, pretend like that didn't happen. It's not out there. So we'll reset, 2nd and long here. Off a penalty. Came in late. Moorhead throws outside. That one is caught on the outside there by Oster. His 2nd catch. He'll move back inside the initial 1st down and 10 marker to around the 45, setting up 3rd down.
Well, of course, I mean, as we were paying attention, of course, with the status of the injury, that penalty kind of changed things a little bit, gives an opening for this Geneva defense to kind of lock in on the passing side of things.
That's a huge penalty against Hawken, obviously, because they were down all the way at the 25-yard line, some momentum, and that's taken away with that. So 3rd and about 8 yards here for Donovan Moorhead.
DBs are playing off.
Avoids the pressure, throws. He's got a man. It's up, and it's intercepted. Caden Proy gets there. There's a flag that came down late, but it was after the interception was made. We'll see what the official ruling is. Proy got out there and made the pick. He's the quarterback, but plays safety out there, and looks like it's going to be passing or defensive holding.
And
it should be, I think, defensive holding.
Yeah, that'll wipe off the...
But as we saw with the penalty before, I don't know if this is going to get him a 1st down for it's only a 5-yard penalty.
Should be a 10-yard. That should be
there you
1st
go.
down.
All right, so they're going to move the ball up to around the 40, and that's going to be a 1st down based on the spot.
Boy.
That was a big penalty against Geneva. Keeps Hawkins' drive alive. Another flag comes in. Oh, just a sideline warning.
Yeah, this will be the sideline warning.
Yeah, for Geneva. Just need some space. The fans not happy with that.
Well, nobody's ever happy about a sideline warning. But I mean, it is a rule. The officials got to follow it.
Nevertheless, new life in this drive again after the penalty against Hawken. They get one for them now on the offensive end, and they have the ball on Geneva's 40. 3:20 to go in this 3rd quarter. Trying to chip back into this Geneva lead.
Boy, this feels like a playoff game, doesn't it?
It's got that kind of atmosphere, and they did play each other in the playoffs just 2 years ago. It was the last time they faced off. Geneva came out on top on that one. Hawken trying to change the fortune this time around. Now it in motion. Quick throw outside, in and out of the hands, and he caught it. Batista was able to pull that one in at the last second.
Yeah, Batista had to, because if he did not, there were some defenders in the area ready to house it the other way.
2nd catch for Colby Batista of the night. Gain of about 4. Mallet, or I should say rather Moorhead, is 20 of 29 now.
Speaking of Mallet, this defense has been covering him pretty well here. I wonder, see if they're going to set something up to break him open here offensively.
Does have 6 catches, but only 63 yards. Not used to not seeing the big play ability from Mallet. Looking to pass, Moorhead, right side, it's caught.
12-3.
And like you've predicted,
25-yard line, 2 on the catch.
11-yard gain and a 1st down.
Yeah, so let's get it right back to him. I mean, but he's too good not to be involved, right? You know, so again, I know you want to keep everyone honest. You got playmakers across the board, but Charlie Ballard, we've been watching him, ever since his freshman year, and you get him in space, he's going to create plays. He usually has the size advantage, and he can make those big plays. And he's going to be needed here for the rest of this game.
Especially because Wright's still on the sideline nursing that cramp. So Mallet got to step up. Moorhead over the middle, caught. There he is. Charlie Mallet spun down.
Tackled by 22.
For a solid tackle by Depetta. He had to come in and make the stop.
15, Aaron, maybe the 14.
And they're moving him all over the field. This time, in the slot position there. Should be a first. Yeah, it's going to be a 1st down there.
Yeah, 11 yards, move the chains.
But that's what you do. And you're 100% right. Now that, Wright's not in, gotta force a game plan to incorporate Charlie Mallet.
No. Mallet does have 8 for 89 unofficially in this game. 8 catches, 89 yards. He's been worked in a lot more in this 3rd quarter. Moorhead looking, throwing short. That one is caught. It's inside to Massenger. He got a solid gain of about 7 to 8 yards.
And Moorhead has done a good job, a great job, he can deliver the football at a perfect spot. Like, it's going right in the chest, and you always talk about, like, where's the ideal spot for a receiver to catch the ball? Like, right in the numbers. That ball finds its way there.
And 23 of 32. Moorhead approaching 300 yards passing for the second consecutive week. He's got the touchdown. Looking to add some more. About a minute to go in this third quarter. Hawken threatening.
Again, good decision to, staying empty. They're going to try to spread this defense out. Maybe something to get back in the slot.
Obey in motion. He'll take the handoff. Working out inside. Obey gets popped, and he did fall forward, I think, a little bit, so he's going to get some gain there. And he'll be just short of that first down marker.
Probably one of their more, other than the touchdown run, one of their more successful running plays.
Yeah, 39 yards on one carry for Obey in that first quarter. Since then, 8 carries, and has barely eclipsed 20 yards in those 8. So very. And besides that one catch he had, too, that was the crazy one that was tipped. Obey's been bottled up on the offensive end.
Because of the normal situation, you're on a third and short, you would say, hey, hand the ball off and run it.
But they will throw. Moorhead looking, got some time. Going to roll out to his left. Throws up. Caught. No. Dropped in and out of the hands of Oster. Couldn't bring the ball in. Moorhead bought some time. Good pressure, but in and out of the hands of his receiver. Fourth down on the way and short, and this looks awfully familiar.
Yeah, that might have been a little hot there at the end, but yeah, obviously. That young man knows, like, man, it's right there to get that touchdown. Couldn't bring it down.
Yeah, 12 seconds to go in this third quarter, and a fourth down conversion attempt on the way for Hawken to try and keep pace and make this back down to a one-score game.
Keep an eye on 0, even if this is a pitch.
Moorhead takes the snap. He's going to throw. Looks to his right. It's a jump ball. Mallet, corner, caught! Touchdown! Charlie Mallet gets in, 8 yards out.
How about it? How about it? Going there on the outside, making the big play, and just breaking it loose there on the corner route. And again, Charlie Mallet, somebody who you needed in this drive. You're a Hawken fan, you're the Hawken team, to be more involved. Made it happen. More points on the board.
33-27 the score now, and there will be an extra point attempt. Joey Skousen going to line it up. Snap, good. This time, hold down, kick on the way. It's up, and it is good. So score 33-28. Again, a 5-point difference, 7 seconds to go in this third quarter, right here on CVC TV. Hey, transform your property with a fence from R&T Fence Company. Family owned for over 36 years. They provided top-notch fence installation services across all of Northeast Ohio. Specializing in residential, commercial, and industrial fencing, they offer a wide range of options, including aluminum, vinyl, wood, and chain link. Call 330-626-5170 for a free estimate, or visit rtfence.com. Whether you need a new fence or a custom gate, trust the experts at R&T Fence to deliver quality and professionalism. That's rtfence.com, your fencing solution.
Again, just going, back and forth. We mentioned at the top of the broadcast, like, defensively, who's going to be able to make the stop. But this is the styles, right? Both teams are handling business at what they do best. Spread offense, throwing the football. If you're Hawken, and of course Geneva, I don't think they've attempted a pass in this game.
They have not.
They're playing to their strengths.
And they may not attempt to pass.
No need to. They're leading right now, too.
They're just playing their game plan, doing what they do. Both coaches talked about not trying to switch too many things up, just playing away. Another onside kick attempt. That one picking up and taken down. That was Devin Owens, Jr. It's one of your hands guys, one of the backup receivers there that was able to make that play, and a defensive back. And again, just Hawken trying to steal the ball back.
And again, playing out just like our broadcast a year ago, that Week 10, where it feels like, man, you got to steal a possession. And they tried, to start the second half, didn't work out. And then this go around right over to the hands team of Geneva.
Yeah, well, again, the last time they did this, to start this frame here, that's when Pete broke out for a huge 58-yard touchdown run. Got 5 seconds to go in this third quarter, but you will still get a normal play run from the Eagles.
And it's the same formation from before.
A three-back set. Handoff is inside to Pete. He's still pushing forward and gets down
45-yard line.
near the 45-yard line for a gain of about 8, and that is how we end the third quarter. It is 33-28. Geneva on top of Hawken right here on CVC TV. 5-point game with 1 quarter to go. Not much more as fans or as broadcasters you could ask for.
No, not at all. And this is, again, the feel of a playoff game. This is how it's going to play out, offensively. And again, these two teams, they met up 2 years ago. Hawken was a very young team. Geneva, of course, and they were a little young too. But Hawken has been significantly better in this matchup compared to 2 years ago in the playoffs.
Remember, it was 56-19 in that game. Geneva just ran away literally with the game throughout the second half, and Hawken's been able to keep pace. Remember, forced a turnover, a fumble. It's so hard to force turnovers on Geneva because they just don't make mistakes. It's so few and far between.
Well, the one turnover that did happen led to, it was the fumble recovery for the score with Hawken.
Yeah. 69-yard fumble return. The ball shot up into Alex Lassinger's hands. Was able to turn on the Jets and get in for 6 big points, but still not enough to take the lead currently. It was at the time. It was 15-14 after the botched extra point that turned into a converted 2-point conversion.
You almost got to defensively kind of oversell here. But it's tough again, because even the previous play, I thought Poi was able to bounce on the outside.
He is, with that speed and the ability to just make people miss. And he's got size at 6'1", 200 pounds. He's able to use the body, too, if he needs to absorb some contact. Listed as a running back, but playing quarterback. Boy, hands off. Depetta, he breaks through. Depetta's got speed. Depetta bakes the outside. 20, 10, 5, and a touchdown. Shot out of a cannon.
He's the fastest guy on the field.
Ricky Depetta in for his 4th rushing touchdown of the game.
I mean, forget second level. Great kick-out block by 12. And then he's in the end zone within 7 seconds of the snap.
7 carries for Depetta. He's unofficially got 97 yards. 4 of those carries have been for a touchdown.
Owen Davis had a great kick-out block up front to set that up. And, man, another big score.
McKinney going to line up the extra point. You can tell why Hawken's been attempting those onside kicks as the extra point is good. 40-28. Now the score. But you mentioned, Double-A, stealing possessions. Hawken may have to recover one of those onside kicks to get the ball back and get back into this game fully.
Well, I'm going to say this as an analyst, and it may backfire. Geneva scoring that quickly might have been for the best for Hawken in a sense, because their strength is like get back on offense. Geneva could have very well easily just ran the ball and ate up clock and really like take things away, but only 8 seconds in, Hawken's going to get the ball right back. Another possession offensively. But, yeah, 4 touchdowns.
Depetta's having himself a game against one of the toughest opponents that either side's going to see all season long. And Wright's actually back out on the field now, so that's good news for Hawken.
He was warming up. He was warming up here on the sideline.
Wanted to unroll a ladder for him.
Yeah, true.
Get those calves loose. As Mallet and Wright will be back to return as always for this. And
do you kick it to him?
I'd imagine so. Geneva's got no reason to change anything right now, right? This one is going to go to Mallet, or it was. It's going to trickle into the end zone, though, so it'll be a touchback, and the ball will come back out. So not risking the return there. And it will be the ball put down at, should be the 20-yard line.
Yes, yeah, it's going to be the 20 because high school football rules, unlike the NFL, actually makes sense.
Tell me how you really feel.
We'll get back to the game because, let's make up kickoffs that nobody wants to watch and then start possessions at the 35 just because Patrick Mahomes didn't score enough touchdowns.
Definitely want to watch this as Moore and company try to get back in, avoiding the pressure. Moorhead rolling out, looking, throwing a little lob. Back shoulder, almost caught by Batista, but solid coverage here on the near sideline. That was Elliot Salgado who was able to knock the ball away. And I'll tell you what, Moorhead bought some time, but just real tough angle to throw that.
Yeah, he did. I like what I saw there. Again, defensively, that was well played, of course. And Moorhead did a great job creating something out of nothing. They're great play all around.
Yeah, Batista's got 2 catches on the evening, looking for a third there, but just couldn't wrangle that one in, so it's 2nd and long. And this has become the Donovan Moorhead show. Kenny Obe's been bottled up after that first touchdown of the game. Running the ball has been non-existent. Throw inside, that one in and out of the hands of Mallet. Solid coverage by Pete over the middle.
Yeah, and defensively tightening up a little bit, Geneva. Those linebackers and DBs. Again, getting a little bit of pressure up front on Moorhead. At least something to kind of disrupt timing.
You almost got to think it's, I know the position of the field normally would say otherwise, but you almost got to wonder if it is 4-down territory at this point.
Oh, no question. No question.
It's been so difficult for the defense to stop Geneva.
No question. There's a reason why we've seen 2 onside kicks.
Geneva scored 50 and 60 points the past couple weeks. Is Moorhead again looking to pass, rolling out, under pressure, going to throw, back foot up. It's caught by Batista. He's got room. Colby Batista still on his feet, eventually goes down. Huge tackle in the open field by Burlingham. Saved a big play.
Can we talk about this throw and what Moorhead had to do? Had a defender leak out there off his back foot, throwing the football. Batista was right there, made the play. Hawken needed that. And again, Geneva not able to find consistent success on the pass defense.
Moorhead right on the door of 300 yards passing again this week. He had a big game last week against Gilmore, looking for more. Under pressure, throws. That one is up, and it is caught.
Wow.
Mallet able to make that catch on the sideline. The angles he's throwing, the pressure that Moorhead's facing, they're essentially setting the house here.
Well, you know what, though? Geneva, defensively, you got to do something. And, again, at least it's disrupting timing, but unbelievable play by Moorhead and, of course, for Mallet to be able to make that play.
10th catch of the evening for Charlie Mallet, coming off a 13-catch game last week against Gilmore. I'm sure there's some records that may be up for grabs here at some point.
But defensively, you lose nothing, basically, by sending the house, sending pressure always to Moorhead.
Trips to the bottom of your screen. Obe going to get a carry, and again, just nothing doing on the inside. The rush defense has been suffocating from Geneva.
And it was that play that scored at the beginning of the game. And, yeah, you're absolutely right. Just
you see Obe's numbers, and he's got 10 carries for around 62 yards, but 39, and now he's coming off limping, too. Trying to jog off. They're going to have to send in back up there. And Eric Pishik to come into the game now. Is Obe Ginger on his way out. 3rd and 5 on their own 44. Looking for more Moorhead magic here for Hawken. Little dump off. That one is tipped and incomplete.
Defender got the hand up there on the pass.
And it was going for Lishik, and it's going to be 4th down. And let's see what the call is for Coach Imarino here. And Moorhead on the night, 26 of 39 for 304 and 2 touchdowns. Normally that's Kenny Obe. And a timeout going to be called by Hawken to buy a little bit of time here and make a decision and talk about how the game is hanging in the balance right now, AA, because it is a 12-point game. And Geneva, besides the turnover, has scored every offensive possession.
Yeah, I think it's clear. They're going to go for it. The question is, what do you do here? And they have had success. You know, again, this defense has been lining up for most of the game in man with the single high safety. So, you know, you want to try to find a seam, try to find something over the middle, get something in stride. They've had success as well, Hawken on the screen, but it's 4th down. That's not a good time to do that. So something over the middle probably is where you want to go. Away from Hoy there to safety. Wherever he goes, you go the opposite. That's
usually not a bad idea to do that, yeah. And you got to think either Tommy Wright or Charlie Mallet will be the target here. They've combined for 19 catches tonight. 10 for Mallet, 9 for Wright. Pretty good split between the two.
See if they try to use Mallet on a drag route here over the middle.
Just try to get him out in space and let him make a play. We'll see what happens. 4th and 5. Huge moment for the Hawken offense. Moorhead, pressure, throws, that side, it's caught, it's Wright. He's going to have the first down. That is huge past midfield.
And it's great to have him back on the field. Getting somebody in space was the number one thing you needed. And Moorhead looking that way the whole time and having that opportunity, and Wright's right there. Perfect spot to get a new set of downs.
And I misspoke. That is the 9th catch now for Tommy Wright, who's eclipsed 100 yards. He's got that touchdown too. So both him and Mallet have eclipsed the 100-yard mark. Moorhead, pass, middle. That one bobbled but caught. Mallet able to keep his wits about him. Get the ball down to the 41. So nice 7-yard gain.
Needed that, needed all the protection you can get. There's a lot of pressure on the right side. JP Owls was able to get that block.
Oh, sorry, 41.
And that was pass attempt number 41 of the game for Moorhead. Getting the reps in out there.
Well, he'll be well into the 50s by the end of this game.
Screen pass off to Mallet. He makes some room. Mallet breaks the right side, cutting back in. Mallet trying to make a play inside the 20. Down to about the 18-yard line. 23-yard catch and run for Charlie Mallet.
And again, just finding open space for Mallet, getting some good key blocks down the field. Miles Hamilton was down there getting a block or two. Those are things that you need. Again, just driving right down the field.
11 for 125 on the night for Charlie Mallet unofficially. It's been a very big second half for Charlie. He had a rough first half. Geneva's defense was able to key in on him, but he's been able to break loose in these 3rd and 4th quarters. Moorhead facing some pressure, throws it up. Corner up, incomplete. Flag comes in late. It's going to be pass interference.
Yeah, you got to play the ball. That didn't happen.
Didn't turn the head on Obey, who's been quiet, but draws a key penalty on first down, so the ball's going to move forward here.
And again, just to be clear, it is a PI penalty.
So I think the ball would be placed at or just inside the 10, and it will be at about the 9-yard line.
And that should be a first down.
It's just it was already first down too, so there'll be no reason for it to be second, you wouldn't think. The chain's a little behind here, and they are officially signaling the first down.
Well, again, it's so huge too, because you had Wright and you had Mallet on the other side.
Diversion almost, letting Obey try to run that route. He's been doing those deep routes because the run game just hasn't been there.
But again, he is an athlete.
No, he can make those plays. We've seen him do it. Had 6 catches last week too in the game. Moorhead looking, throwing, jump ball, back corner, it's up. Incomplete, out of the reach of Mallet, and he is slow to get up. Tough throw and catch opportunity there.
Mallet had a touchdown on the other end of the field from the corner. DB locking in there. That's a tough assignment, man. That is so tough.
Well, do you look at what he's been able to do again today as well? 11 for 125 and a touchdown for Mallet. Had the 13-catch game last week. He's just operating on a different level right now.
I mean, think about it, too. Like, when you're the cornerback and the ball's coming your way, it is just you, right? It's just you and the receiver, and you don't make the play. They're scoring. Like, you're all alone out there.
Trips to the top of your screen. Moorhead again in that shotgun. Looking, throwing, short. Flag comes in late. He's in for a touchdown. Let's see. What the flag is. Up in the brakes for a moment, but the team's running off like it's going to count. Unless it was picked up double A. I saw a flag that was thrown.
Well, we'll just pretend like nothing happened there
okay.
other than the score.
All right, so it's going to count. That should be a touchdown, and it will be. On the pass to Kede Obe, it was saw the flag come out, but I guess it wasn't anything. So snap down, extra point on the way. It's up. It's a line drive, but it does not find its way, and it's no good wide left.
It was a high snap.
Yeah, tough snap there. And
here's the score.
as Obe does get in, great passing catch, getting him back on track, and there was a flag behind the play, but I guess it was picked up. But nevertheless, 40-34 is the score. 6-point difference with 8:42 to go in the game, and back and forth we continue to go.
Of course, and this is, you talked about like some of the pass totals. Moorhead's going to have well over 50 passing attempts. I joked in the last quarter that Tommy Wright, who's back in the game, he's going to need at least 10 catches. He's on his way to that. I think he has 9. He's at 9?
He's got 9 for 102 in that touchdown. And then obviously Mallett's got 11 for 125 and a touchdown. Now Obe's got 3 for 44 and a touchdown.
And that part's huge too, because Hawkins at their best when multiple options are scoring. We did their game 2 weeks ago against Brookshire. You still have 6, 7, 8 guys who caught the football. That can't just be a first half thing. That has to continue throughout.
If you're seeing some names that look familiar at the front here, Proy is up front. They've got Pete out there. Over the head of the returner, and it's on the 35-yard line. Unbelievable.
Let's watch the replay, and it was right. Could not get.
Oh, and it was Proy.
The ball took a weird bounce. When it gets that deep, you are in trouble if you're the hands team.
Well,
you got to get it into that front line. If you can't, it's trouble.
Speaking of in trouble now, Geneva for the first time, maybe since the second quarter, is going to feel this here because Hawken has the ball on the 35-yard line. Third time's a charm. They get the outside kick. 8:42 to go, and the Hawks right back to work on offense.
He's only a junior.
Wow. Perfect kick over Caden Proy. Sure hands, but couldn't make it. Pro inside. That one's caught.
0, tackled by 3.
Obe down near the 30-yard line.
And what this offense has done with Hawken, you start on a first down, some high percentage plays. So you're guaranteed to keep the momentum going. You got to settle in on second down. And how Geneva's been successful running the ball, getting big first downs on the ground, Hawken's doing the same thing through the air.
What an unbelievable turn of events for the Hawks. A bunch of breaks in this game have been able to bounce their way, and with that, they have a chance to tie this game on this drive.
Well, every special teams coach that's watching this broadcast is loving everything they see here tonight.
Oh, my goodness. Moorhead in the shotgun, second and manageable here. Handoff, Obe, up the middle. Finally, some positive yards for Obe. He gets down to about the 25-yard line, right near the first down marker.
And now this game has changed because ever since the first quarter, Hawken has had no success running the football, period. And now you're getting that success. They're going to have to run this clock here in the scoreboard. But, once you get that going, man, things have changed.
So first down now at the 25-yard line of the Eagles. Hawken trying to work through and tie this ball game and give himself a chance to retake the lead for the first time since the second quarter. 7.5 to go. Moorhead, quick pass, outside, caught. Obe trying to make a play. Shed one, flag comes in late.
Multiple flags.
That's not good news for the Hawks. Usually when it's behind the play like that, it's some sort of hold. And it is going to be against Hawken.
And that's a double whammy, too, because the play was already successful defensively.
Yeah, they already didn't allow much, and they're going to move backwards here on the hold.
Probably the most successful defensive passing play by Geneva.
Yeah, so the ball going to move backwards back to the 35 where this drive initially started. And now 1st and 20 of the test for this Hawken offense. Moorhead has had a crazy day throwing the football, 31 of 45, unofficially over 350 yards passing and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, this is what Jacksonville State's going to get next year.
Excited about that as Moorhead drops the pack. Look, throw, caught over the middle. Got right breaks left side, out of bounds past the 25.
Absolutely needed. I believe that's catch number 10.
It is.
For Tommy Wright.
Get all those yards back from the penalty and one more just for fun.
And again, keeping this defense who, man, I'll tell you, after you give up an onside, like you were looking forward to getting back out offense.
Now you talk about like the rushing attack of Geneva, the passing attack of Hawken. Who can stop this? I mean, it's so impressive.
And Geneva's not creating pressure like they were a couple drives ago.
Nah, Moorhead under pressure, throws middle. That one is pulled in by Mallet. It's caught. Got about 4 to 5 yards. Mallet again going to be slow to get up and actually is still down, but he's working his way up.
Yeah, if he made it up in his mind, there's no way he's coming out, but he has to. Of course, with the stoppage of play, he has to leave for a play at least.
Not going to waste the timeout yet as Hawken. They want to keep those in the bag. And maybe they will. Nope, they're going to let it go. So 3rd down. Well, this is 4-down territory, you'd imagine, still.
Well, remember, too, they only have 2 timeouts.
Yeah.
Probably you don't want to burn it in that situation.
Save them for exactly when you may need them because you don't know what's going to happen if Geneva gets the ball back after this drive. Moorhead in that shotgun. What a game he's had throwing that football. Throw outside, it's up, and it's out of the reach of Wright. Could not pull it in, and this could be one of the biggest plays of this ball game here on 4th and about 5.
Well, you had that pressure. Charlie Mallet back in after the playoff with the injury. We have seen the difference with this offense when all the playmakers are in, of course. I think that was pass attempt of number 53.
48.
That was close.
He's thrown the ball 75 times tonight.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
He's thrown it a lot. We can all agree on
Yeah.
that. Big 4th down here for the Hawken offense. Moorhead looking, throwing, taking a shot to the end zone. It's over the head of his intended receiver. Oh, it was Wright that cut through, and he can't believe it. Took a shot, and he was open. He got the space, but just a little bit too much. Oh, and that is a huge, huge break for Geneva's defense.
Well, their defense made the play.
Yeah.
I mean,
well,
yes, he was open, but when you have massive pressure disrupting the timing, then, that makes a difference.
If you, man, if you ask Donovan Moore, he'll tell you, I got to make that play. On his 49th pass attempt of the game, almost connected on his 4th touchdown, but just out of the reach. And again, with all those yards to go, you got to wonder underneath. But he had Wright open.
He did, but it was just so much that Geneva brought the house, basically. They brought the house.
Why not? At that point, yeah, go for it.
You go for it because Moorhead has been so successful all game long when he's been given a little bit of time. But you rush the process, then, yeah, you're not going to nail the timing. And Geneva did what they needed to do. That's a championship-level play right there.
And this could be the proverbial nail in the coffin. Who's going to step up on this drive now? 6 minutes to go and some change in this ball game.
Well, look at it this way. Geneva made a critical stop defensively when they couldn't all second half. Hawken's got to do the same.
The defense has not made a stop besides the one turnover forced in that first half, the fumble recovery for a touchdown. Everything else on offense has turned up in the end zone for Geneva. Handoff, Pete inside. The ball came out. The ball came out. Who's got it? They're saying it's Hawken. The Hawks have it.
There's your defensive stop.
Unbelievable. The second fumble of the game. Geneva puts it on the deck, and Hawken gets it back right back.
And I'm going to be honest, ladies and gentlemen, I don't even know if you're going to actually really see that fumble.
Oh, my
from
goodness.
Our view.
It was Pete that had it. And the normally sure-handed Bryce Pete got hit low, dropped the ball. Hawkins' offense right back out again.
Hey, listen. now both defenses are making the necessary plays that they need to make. New life for this Hawken offense.
Wow. Moorhead going to have the ball now. Hands off. Side to Obey, who got about 2 to 3 yards on the carry.
But you even notice defensively, Geneva, they're not afraid anymore now to bring that pressure. They have seen positive results doing that. But yet, to go back to that fumble, Kyle, I mean, that literally, you never know what can happen in the line there.
This is one of the craziest games you're going to see. We were lucky last year, of course. The Kirtland-Perry game was 3 overtime. This one, 1 possession with 5 and some change to go. Moorhead, another shot. Enzo looking for White again, in and out of his hands. Second time he's targeted right in the past 2 drives in the end zone. Could not get the ball in. 3rd down on the way.
I think that was Davis that got his hand in there just a little bit there, just to impact and, you know, not able to 100% rate of get those deep balls. But, you know, they're going to keep trying.
Well, they got 2 downs essentially to get these 8 yards here. You'd like something on 3rd. Moore with Obey on his left hip. Drops back, looking, throwing middle. Another shot, receiver there! Touchdown! Colby Batista into the end zone! Tie ball game!
Ladies and gentlemen, he was inserted into the lineup, the starting lineup. He was not in the starting lineup 2 weeks ago. He's in now. And after the defensive fumble, making the go-ahead score.
Unbelievable. And pending the extra point here, a chance to retake the lead with 5:11 to go.
Unbelievable. Here's the scoring play.
Oh, watch the pass, the catch. Perfect execution from the offense.
And Obi had a great block there to really give Moorhead that protection that he needed.
Oh, my goodness. How about Colby Batista with his 4th catch of the game, and it's the biggest one. Of course, there was an injury down.
When he scored, when Batista scored, this press box was rocking a little bit. Can't you tell they're excited here?
Oh, my goodness. 4th touchdown pass of the evening for Moorhead, of course. He's nearing 400 yards through the air. They've had to do it.
It's the game of Northeast Ohio right now.
And that is, that's 18. That's Kevin Oster. And the sophomore receiver who's slow to get up and now limping off the field.
He's made a few impact plays himself.
A couple big catches. Made a few a couple weeks ago. We mentioned 2 against Berkshire. All right, so now Scozen with a chance to take the lead here.
They had a bad snap last time.
Focus big time on the catch of the snap and the hold. Let him do his job. Kick on the way. It's up. It's good. Hawken, for the first time since early on in the 2nd quarter, have retaken the lead here on CVC TV, 41-40 with 5:11 to go here at Wilson Stadium.
I can tell you right now, Kyle, all eyes in Northeast Ohio are on this game right now. Here in Division III, here in the Chagrin Valley Conference. 2nd week in a row, our conference has had the game of the week in high school football here in Northeast Ohio. And this is unreal. What a game.
If you're tuning in, of course, on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network, I mean, this is what you're missing on the CVC. The quality of teams here, there's a lot of them, and they're all really talented. What an unbelievable back-and-forth game. The breaks, the drama. Ugh.
Now, again, you know, even though Geneva's down a point now, they're still going to run. And Hawkins going to still have to prove, again, that they can stop the running attack defensively.
You almost wonder if this is the time Coach Shimsky maybe breaks out a pass possibly on the offense, really catch everyone off guard.
I mean, you could. They don't have to.
I'd imagine this won't be an onside kick, and it won't. Oh, line drive.
Ooh,
It was a solid stop, like he was a catcher.
that's got to hurt.
Yeah, Birmingham able just to take that one in the chin there. And
Oh, boy.
tell you what, though, stop
I heard that. That hurt.
The line drive, but the ball is downed at about the 33-yard line. So instead of it trickling all the way back and maybe having to start at the 20th, they trickled into the end zone. You stop it there. So Geneva going to have decent field position to start this drive. And only about a second went off the clock.
I can't tell. I'm pretty sure there are about 10 special teams plays that have really made the difference in this game. And that's a big part of it, field position, the field position battle.
Well, the two defensive plays, the fumbles, the turnovers from Geneva have been huge. Proy going to keep it himself. Proy with on the far side there, and going to get spun out of bounds after a gain of about 6.
Yeah, Mallet had to get him on the outside, but we have seen Proy do a great job on those fakes. He has sold those plays and rolled out like 10 other times. So finally keeping the ball, big play.
You know, for the ability to slash for the middle too. I mean, Geneva's got the ability to hit the edge and get out of bounds and control the clock and keep this game within balance here. Proy again under center. Turns, hands off, Pete near the top of your screen, and he's going to have just enough for a first down.
And now you're going to see here, because Geneva, they've had a lot of explosive offensive running plays. Now playing the clock. They do have a kicker. So if they can run this thing down, it's 4:48 and counting here in this fourth quarter. They can run this thing down. There's an opportunity.
Got to think too, yeah, for Geneva, you don't want to give Hawken a chance if you're able to get into the end zone again with all that time. Handoff again. Here's Pete. Taken down near midfield. Gain of about 4 to 5. More of the same from Bryce Pete as he approaches 200 yards on the ground.
And again, right now, Geneva's obviously not in field goal range at this moment. But you do start to wonder as more time comes off the clock, how do you strategize defensively if you can't make those big stops?
And they can definitely go quick here as it's a handoff to Depetta. He breaks left side. This time he stopped.
Finally stopped him. I'm going to say
Depetta got maybe 2, so third down coming up. He's on the doorstep of 100 yards too. Depetta's got 8 carries for 99 yards and, 4 rushing touchdowns tonight.
Unreal. But now those 2 plays have taken over a minute.
Almost by design for Geneva. You don't want to leave any time on the clock here, but you need to convert. Handoff, Pete, inside. No, he's
Proy
keeping it.
kept
Proy
it.
kept it. A great fake, and Proy breaks through.
Gotta let him score.
Past the 20
Let
to
him
the
score.
10-5 and touchdown. 49 yards. Caden Proy, and buckle up. We're going back and forth.
Again, this is what happens with all game long. You sell the fake. Because all of a sudden, again, we were fooled. We thought,
No,
Pete had the
that.
ball.
Pete had the ball. I'm still convinced.
But once you break out, score.
Wow.
Right? So, at this point, and again, I don't even think Proy was even touched on that run. Now, they're going to go for 2
Yeah, you kinda have
to make this a touchdown difference.
They want to make a touchdown extra point. You don't want to just give them a chance to retake the lead. Now, again, 0 for 2 on 2-point conversion attempts. So this is huge for Geneva. Proy in the shotgun. He's going to pass, throws, and they got it. On
Great
a
play.
2-point conversion attempt. They saved it for then. Davis made the catch, and it's up to a 7-point game.
And a great play call, great flat route underneath there. A lot of pressure on the inside. Defensively, why not? You're expecting a run. You've seen it all game, and you finally get a pass.
I was wondering when it was going to come because usually there is at least one time you'll see it. Watch the replay here.
Let's watch the first pass attempt of the game.
in motion. Look good. Look like he's been throwing the entire game.
It's what happens. Coaches preach all the time, and the great teams do it. Selling the fake. Every play matters, even when you don't have the ball, especially when you don't have the ball, because defenses will play into that. And then later in the game, you can surprise the defense, and that's exactly what Geneva has done.
Now, 3:26 to go. 1 timeout left for Hawken. They are going to get this chance here. And you got to wonder, if they do score, what do you do at that point?
That's a good question, right?
Do you kick the extra point, or do you try and win the game at that point? We'll see how much time is left on the clock, too. That'll matter.
The
booth wants to go for 2. Yeah.
What they always say, the media say, like, we want great games.
I'll tell you what.
Go the distance.
I can feel the blood pressure rising in the booth. That's from across the board here.
Well, we felt it on the touchdown earlier.
Oh, my goodness. All right, so Hawken going to get an opportunity here. Kicked off. It's going to be Wright. He returns it from the 10. Tommy Wright breaking back through, spun down past the 20. Talking about the 22, 23-yard line. That's where Donovan Moorhead and company will come out. What a game for Moorhead tonight. I'm almost running out of space. 34 of 51, 389, 4 touchdowns unofficially. And he's got some more work to do if Hawken wants to get back into this game.
Well, the one area where this defense has found success, again, pass defense, still bring that pressure. You still got to disrupt Moorhead's timing. He has not been able to flawlessly connect with his receivers when there's pressure up the field.
All right. Now in motion. Moorhead looking, under pressure, throws. That one's incomplete. Bounced up, good pressure, and Depetta was right there. Got to be careful as he catches that one. On the interception, there was no one in front of him.
And there was a defender off the edge. Again, disrupting the timing.
Geneva just trying to throw different looks at what essentially the CVC, one of the best they have to offer at quarterback. And Donovan Moorhead playing college football next year and trying to lead this team, this Hawken team, which has been special.
And again, everyone talks about Moorhead. We've seen it as far as like his footwork. He needs elite level footwork on these throws, getting out of this pressure on this drive.
Moorhead lines up, throws, ball is tipped, it's still caught. Kene Obe just lowering the shoulder. It took about 7 different white jerseys to finally bring him down. We'll see where they mark him down.
Yeah, we'll find out. And I think you're right, it was tipped. Yeah, it was tipped. It was deflected. The pass actually tracked to Obe because of the deflection.
It's been that kind of game for the Hawks. Getting some breaks, even when maybe they shouldn't. That play normally tipped, it just falls down, but it just goes right into his hands. 3rd down and short. Quick pass, Mallet caught, 1st down. He's got room. Mallet torn down past the 35.
How about it? Calling a screen on that 3rd down. You're expecting something a little deep, expecting something mid-range. Give Mallet a space. Let him work with the football.
13th catch of the game for Charlie Mallet again. Over 135 yards. With that completion, Moorhead's gone over 400 passing yards.
And he'll need more.
He will. Looking, steps, throws. That one caught over the middle. Mallet gets torn down. Back of that jersey getting pulled, but no flags.
Yeah, Geneva a little lucky there, not getting a penalty on the hit.
Gain of about 8.
And again, if you are Hawken right now, obviously you don't want to move slowly, of course, but you don't have to rush anything. Time is still a little bit on your side right now.
You still got about 1:40 to go here, and they're approaching midfield. It's Mallet, and it's too hard. Through his hands, incomplete. 3rd down and short on the way.
Of course, obviously that will stop the clock. 1:35.
You almost don't mind that, honestly, because there wasn't really much there for Mallet. He was a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't even know if he would have gained, maybe a yard or 2, if that, if he would have caught it.
So instead, you'll just take the 3rd down and 2 here. Ball on the 45. This could be, and is, the biggest drive of the game. Moorhead looking to pass, throws, middle, right, caught! And he slides down the 46-yard line, gain of 9 for Tommy Wright.
And now they're moving.
Oh, there's an injury, though. Oh, no. Moorhead is down.
Oh, boy.
He got leveled on the hit. And he took a huge shot. Let's look at the replay here and see.
No, Rocco went down.
Never mind.
Mm-hmm. And that's still huge, too. I mean, because, again, you know, this offensive line, you need that protection, of course, making sure he's okay.
It was in the area where Moorhead was, but it was the lineman that went down on the hit. And again, 48-41, 129 to go in this game. What has been honestly double a absolute barn burner between these two sides so far. And again, Hawken threatening once again now in Geneva territory.
Yeah, again, very physical contest, of course, throughout. And, you know, both of these teams, you can see why they're the very best. Some of the very best teams, they work their behinds off. I mean, the effort we have seen from all these players here today and elite level coaching, and of course, you know, the training staff as well. Like,
well, they've been
a lot
busy.
of great play.
They've been busy, some cramping out there, some nicks and bruises, and hopefully for the same here.
Yeah, you just hope he's going to be okay.
So, yeah, Rocco Vitantonio, who's going to get some help walking off the field.
And you just know how badly he wants to be out there on the field. He's been working his tail off here.
Protecting for that quarterback. And what has been a record day for Donovan Moorhead. What a game. For 420 yards and 4 touchdowns. And there's still more work to do here with 1:29 to go. Play back underway. On the other side of midfield, first down, Moorhead in the shotgun, looking, takes a shot. He's got a receiver streaking down the right, in and out of the hands. Incomplete. Took a shot down the right side for Bautista, who caught the big touchdown on the last drive.
Yeah, there was the opportunity, of course. Finally got that receiver to break open, but not able to convert and make the big play.
So it's going to be 2nd down and 10. Again, if you're going to take a shot, first down may be the opportunity, and it is 4-down territory, so you have all 4 to play with here.
And he had the defenders beat.
You don't mind that shot. Moorhead, snap, looking, throwing. That one short, now out of the reach of right. He got hit at the end.
Yeah, Pete, linebacker blitz. It was a delayed blitz. And he creeped in right over the middle there near the end. Got Moorhead down after he got the ball off.
Well, the next attempt for Donovan Moorhead will be 60 in the game.
Taking some punishment. And again, you get hit by Pete. That's punishment.
I mean, I've been hit by Pete, but not that Pete.
No. Mm-hmm. One of these days, he'll deliver punishment.
Oh, yeah. Always.
Big play, obviously.
You want to get something on this down. You don't have to necessarily get the first, but you want to get some yards. Moorhead looking, throwing, got a receiver streaking, it's caught, it's right, he's going to run out of bounds. Huge conversion on 3rd down and 10.
I wonder if there was some kind of defensive miscommunication there on that outside. Let's watch the replay. Had the offensive line, good pickups. And again, Moorhead, sharp throw. Something happened there in that secondary where there was miscommunication for Wright to be that wide open.
12th catch of the game for Tommy Wright. Mallet has 14 catches. Moorhead's thrown the ball 60-plus times. Looking again, down the middle, got a receiver right, streaking through, incomplete. Flag comes out.
And that hit happened after the ball was already on the ground.
That is going to be against Geneva, a huge penalty. That's going to keep moving the Hawks down the field. 1:04 to go.
If that's the case, it should be. Seeing Hawken move back just a little bit, though. The officials are still
Well, it's
disgusting.
It's against Geneva. We know that. So the ball will move forward. How much? I guess we'll just play it by ear and find out.
They picked up the flag.
They picked up the flag.
They picked up the flag. The officials.
Well, Wright got nailed around when the ball was in the vicinity. They could say that maybe the ball was touched when he got hit. So timing could be a factor. And they're just going to call it second down. So no penalty.
I was wondering why Hawken was moving back. I'm like, that was the discussion. Very interesting there.
One of the few times tonight a break hasn't gone the Hawks' way.
Geneva obviously looking to keep this 7-point lead.
Hawkins still has that timeout, so they can complete a pass or two in bounds here and still have some maneuverability. Moorhead, another shot. Left side. Mallet streaking in and out of his hands. Like last play, you don't need to get the first down here, but you want to get some yards.
That's what I'm saying here. Like, would you again go for a screen on a third, even if you again go for a screen on a third, even if you see what happens here.
Something shorter just to get the ball out of his hands. Going to have to. It is thrown. It's caught. It's Mallet. He breaks the right side, still on his feet, and taken down. Inside the 20, down inside the 15.
Now, again, the change, the clock will stop at the first down, but again, finding somebody over the middle, Mallet, of course, and he's going to find a way to make the big play. You saw it there on the replay. And this continues, and again, clock is rolling after the first down, the chain's removed.
40th completion of the game for Donovan Moorhead. Yeah, you heard that right, 40 completions.
And Hawken doesn't have to rush this at all.
Right in motion, Moorhead looking, taking a shot. Mallet, corner of the end zone, over his head. He was essentially tackled, but no foul was called. They're going to say both went back and forth, and the ball was uncatchable.
I think that the last part of what you said, too, the ball being too uncatchable.
Just out of the reach. 24 seconds. Ball on the 14-yard line.
And again, with that incompletion, the clock stopping right there. You have the timeout there, right? But their success has been just getting strikes and, again, finding something over the middle. You got right at the bottom of the screen.
Here we go. Moorhead in that shotgun. Looking to pass. Pressure immediately. Throws back foot. It is incomplete. They wave it off.
Oh, wow.
12 to 18, they're saying it's incomplete.
They call the incomplete pass. See maybe the replay on that and see if the ball popped out. It looked like maybe that Munster was going to keep it in.
Yeah, let's look here and see. He didn't complete the full
he lost the ball
catch.
after he got hit. Yeah,
great call.
Because if he would have called that a catch, would have been a fumble, he would have recovered it, and then he'd be down inside the 5, but that's not the case. So third down, 17 seconds to go here.
I almost would say, too, you can get the first down without scoring, obviously.
Again, just a completion. You want to get the ball forward, give yourself the best chance possible. Moorhead looking, throwing, middle, out of the reach of Wright.
Great job defensively. Excellent job on defense. Those DBs. And again, disrupting the timing.
And Hawken going to take a timeout. They want to talk this one over because they need at least 10. And the ball's on the 14-yard line, so if you're doing math in your head, you essentially almost need to get into the end zone here. And there's one play to do it.
And remember this, too, because it's fourth down and 10, it's not fourth and go. If they get the first without scoring, the clock will briefly stop while the chains move up, and then the clock will roll again.
Part of what Coach Imarino's telling you right now probably, too, hey, if we do get the first down and don't score, clock the ball, get there quickly.
So you can do something over the middle where they've had success. You can do something, a curl or something, a drag, whatever you want to do, get somebody in open space.
I was going to ask you, Double-A, Geneva, in this spot on defense, both teams have struggled stopping the offenses when it comes to scoring points. What's the draw up here for Coach Shimsky and company?
Now this is going to be interesting here because you want to keep one of the linebackers in the passing zone. but they've had success defensively, bringing somebody off the edge. You cannot allow Moorhead to make a throw in the pocket. Force him to run a little bit and speed up his clock. That's when this defense has been successful.
Well, this essentially could be the game. 14 seconds, 48-41. Hawken. Another shot to try and get a first down or get in. Moorhead looking, throwing, middle. He got it! He caught it! He caught it! Tommy Wright threading the needle, 14 yards. Unbelievable.
Moorhead stayed in the pocket. There was not enough pressure, and Moorhead has been successful all night when he has had an opportunity to score. And I think here, Kyle, I think they're going for the W. They're going to go for 2 and try to walk this thing off.
Still 10 seconds on the clock. It won't run on the 2-point conversion attempt. Moorhead's in the shotgun. This could be the game right here. Moorhead takes the snap, rolls to his right, looking, screen pass, caught! Caught!
Oh my!
It's good!
Oh my goodness!
It's good! 49-48 Hawks!
Unbelievable! One of the greatest finishes you'll ever see!
Tommy Wright catches the touchdown and the 2-point conversion.
Let's watch again the 2-point conversion, rolling out the flat. They have been successful running this play throughout this game. Their seniors stepping up to do it.
67 pass attempts from Donovan Moorhead tonight, 470 yards and 5 touchdowns. Is it enough to beat Geneva?
Is it?
10 seconds.
10 seconds. Geneva's going to have to pass, and they have 3 timeouts.
They don't have to. 3 timeouts. I mean, they run the ball, and we've seen them slash for huge plays. Where they end up now with field position will be very important.
This kickoff here.
Skozen's done a good job tonight. He's been up and down. He missed.
I don't know if he has the leg to drive it.
No. The middle of the field's open.
To the end zone here. Maybe he does.
If he can get it over the first wave here, the middle of the field is open to try and get the ball back inside the 20. But he's got to put some on it here. Skozen, line drive, play blown dead, flag comes in.
I don't think.
Yeah, going to be a false start. It's going to be on Hawken. So they're going to move back.
That's a gift there. I think, yeah, we had someone cross the line there early.
Yeah, so 5 yards back further, and now Geneva's going to have the possibility to get even better field position. Do they even try?
I think Malik crossed the line early, yeah.
Do they even try to return this is the question. Or does Geneva just fall on it?
You can return this. This penalty is actually a huge deal because now you can
move the ball up a little bit.
You can get this ball fielded, especially if they do a squid kick, which I don't think is a good idea. But you can get a squid kick. You can field this thing at the 35
and have a chance to maybe get towards midfield if you have enough chance to return it here. That's a line drive kick. It's going to be taken at the 24. Proy's got a chance. He's cut into the outside. Caden Proy trying to work through, and he's going to go out of bounds with 2 seconds on the clock.
One play.
This will be the last play of the game. 2 seconds.
Looks like the 36, Aaron.
Ball going to be out of the 36-yard line. Geneva has to score on this play.
This is where defensively
He was asking for another second to be put on the clock, I think.
we're going to see here first.
I'd imagine there's going to be a timeout if you're Coach Shimsky to take it just to give yourself time maybe, but maybe not. I don't know.
Well, I mean, you could, right?
Maybe
you can look at the defense.
Yeah.
It's basketball. You can look at the defense.
Got 3 of them. I mean, if you can take one if you need it, but Proy's going to be in that shotgun, and he's going to look to buy time. They're going to give him a lot of space here. Hawken is at that line.
Mallet is the furthest guy back.
Proy's going to drop back the pass for the first time. He's rolling. He's going to have to throw a ball up. Proy launches it. It's back. It's up. and it's knocked down! That's the game! Hawken, in unbelievable fashion, comes back and wins 49-48. The Hawks do the unthinkable. They avenge their playoff loss from 2 years ago and improve to 4-0 on the season.
Unreal. Unbelievable.
2 huge fumbles from Geneva. The offense had been essentially unstoppable, but 2 turnovers. Both led to touchdowns for Hawken. What a game. Both teams.
Hawken went for 2 at the end. Said, hey, we're not messing around with overtime. You know, our defense made the one stop they needed to make. They're going to win this game on the 2-point conversion, and they did. The stuff legends are made of.
Playoff atmosphere, and what a game. Donovan Moorhead tonight, 41 of 67, 469, 5 passing touchdowns, and a win.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Man, good stuff. Some of the Hawken assistant coaches are leaving the booth right now. They're excited, obviously. I mean,
I felt like I was in Arrowhead for half a second. It was shaking so much in
this place, we're not kidding. You saw it on the cameras. This place, this press box was shaking. Those last few plays. We said it here, Kyle. We said, man, which one of these defenses is going to finally be able to make the stop? But it really wasn't even a defense. It was who had the ball last on top of the defenses. And it was Hawken who had the ball. Amazing, amazing finish. An amazing football game. And they finally got an onside kick. Think about this too. They went for an onside kick twice, failed 2 times. They said, you know what, we'll go for it again. It went over Boyd's head. And they stole a possession, got it, and they took control of the game.
Every year I wonder how we're going to top the season before. And you remember last season, the game with Kirtland and Perry, 3 overtimes, 22-21 in the pouring rain. The amazing play, Jake Laverty, the 2-point conversion that won it. This is up there, folks. What an unbelievable shootout of a game.
Nobody has left.
Credit to Geneva as well. They travel well, obviously, and what a game from the Eagles. But just not enough.
Let's roll through some highlights because we got a lot to go through here.
Back when the sun was out, Charlie Mallett was making plays. I mean, this was an unbelievable performance. Moorhead, of course, you're going to see some of that. This is Obe's touchdown from the first quarter.
Yeah, so think about this, Kyle. From this point, early in the first quarter, to like, what? The fourth quarter, Hawken couldn't run, but Geneva could. The first of 4 touchdowns for Depetta, first of 4. Here's Bryce Pete running on the outside. And again, his size, just unbelievable. He had a great game defensively, too.
Yeah, Pete did a fantastic
great game.
And again, just the fumble unfortunately hurt on that one drive, but you're seeing Depetta, too, with a couple of his rushing touchdowns. I mean, Depetta on the night, 8 carries, 99 yards, and 4 rushing touchdowns. There was the fumble that shot up into Alex Lassinger's hands. He returned that for a 69-yard touchdown, one of 2 turnovers on the game from Geneva that proved to be costly.
And you will see right after this play, it was a bobble snap on the extra point attempt, and you saw Charlie Mallett making the play.
It was Tanner Brandt who had to throw the ball, the backup quarterback who was holding. He had no choice but to get that 2-point. And then here's Pete. He sliced through it to get chased down by Mallett. I mean, Pete on the night, 19 carries, 192 yards, and a touchdown. Had that fumble, but did do a fantastic job. Another, obviously, touchdown run from Depetta. I mean, unbelievable. And it went back and forth. It was a response. From Donovan Moorhead and company, pass, over the middle. We saw that was Oster who made a big play, too, and a couple big catches throughout the game. I mean, you can go down the list.
But you see here, at this point of the game, there was no pressure. And again, sometimes Kyle Cornell, when the ball bounces your way I mean, yes, it is luck, but how about this run?
No, Proy was fantastic tonight, too. Remember, he was back and forth because he had the situation with the onside kick that didn't work out.
And again, no pressure.
Yeah,
getting that ball down the field to Charlie Mallett.
With a shot.
An incredible play, getting 1 foot in, turning back the other way underneath. Tommy Wright reaching the ball, getting in the end zone to score.
Just a fantastic game from both sides. As you're seeing kind of the highlights throughout as Pete, this is one of his big touchdown run, too. That was the 58-yarder that he broke through.
Yeah, he said he was going to score. Like, he needed to score. Back to Hawken. Here, a throw, and an incredible throw.
What a catch.
Mallett was just right there. And then Geneva. Again, this is why Hawken attempted those onside kicks, because who was stopping this defensively?
It was literally a game of, hey, we had to try and get an extra possession, and Hawken ended up getting a few, and it ended up working in their favor.
This was the fumble. That was the big fumble that turned the tie. And then back with Hawken on offense, Moorhead, again, his footwork, the throw.
That was the shot that initially took the lead with the extra point.
And then this is what happens when you carry out your fakes throughout the game.
Yeah, Caden Proy just right read, right time, slice through, get in. Geneva retakes the lead. They go for two, the first pass attempt of the game.
How about that?
Unofficially, obviously, because it was a 2-point conversion, but still counted. And how about this catch from Tommy Wright? Beautiful placement right in the breadbasket. He's able to pull it in. And the 2-point conversion right in motion. Find him, wide open, makes the catch, falls in. It counts.
And you see this place is shaking.
Oh.
It was shaking. And of course, Geneva had one other opportunity. They got the kick return. Poi got it. Got it to the 36, but it was only with 2 seconds left in regulation. One play, and wasn't able to get the ball down the field really at all. And you can catch your breath because
I'm trying. These teams want me to lose my voice. I'm telling you they do.
Well, man, listen. That was you. Sometimes in matchups, Kyle, you always say like, "Man, who's gonna force the other team not to be themselves?" That didn't happen at all in this game.
Both teams played exactly who they were. They played exactly. If you would have told me there was one pass attempt from Geneva, I would have told you it was probably some play where they needed to, or it was trying to catch a team off guard. They go 0 for 1. But I mean, the final stats for these guys, it's unbelievable. Caden Proy, 10 carries, 152 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns. He had that fumble that resulted, of course, on the botched handoff. Bryce Pete, 19 for 192 and a touchdown. And again, Depetta, unbelievable performance from Ricky Depetta tonight. He had 4 rushing touchdowns and 99 yards rushing. On the other side, what a game for Hawken. Donovan Moorhead, 41 of 67. 67 pass attempts in a high school football game. 469 yards and 5 passing touchdowns. And the receivers. I mean, what an unbelievable job. We can highlight 2 big ones. Obviously, Tommy Wright with the game-winning touchdown catch and 2-point conversion. 13 catches, 147 yards, 2 scores. And Charlie Mallett, 14, 145, and a touchdown in his own right. Unbelievable.
And Tommy Wright, he had a little injury midway through the game, missed the possession, came back in, and immediately again made an impact. And Donovan Moorhead, he was getting beat up in the fourth quarter.
He was getting hit.
Geneva ramped up the pressure in the fourth quarter. I thought they were going to win that game, Geneva, until the end, because they were ramping up the pressure. And Donovan Moorhead was still standing in the pocket, making the necessary plays. He would be my vote for the player of the game, Donovan Moorhead.
I think that's pretty obvious.
I mean, that Jacksonville State is getting somebody special.
No, watch out for them next year.
That is one of the greatest performances I have ever seen in my 5 years of doing these games on CVC TV.
Because you know he's being asked to do this. You know, hey, the run game has been stifled for the most part. Again, Ken Aobe still had 71 yards on 12 carries, but 39 of them came from one carry you saw at the beginning of the highlight tape. The rest of it, it was tough to come by. I mean, he had to make these plays with his arm all the way down to the end of the game, and Donovan Moorhead did that. He is our CVC TV player of the game tonight. Nearly 470 yards and 5 passing touchdowns. Well, we got to do this again next week.
We're doing this again next week.
Heading over to Crestwood. Brooklyn and Crestwood are going to be our CVC TV game of the week in the official halfway point of the season. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast tonight. It was a fantastic game
Hope
here
we
from
get
Wilson
this
Stadium.
again, man, in the playoffs.
Every week is fantastic. It felt like a playoff game, even though it was only week 4. Again, you see the final score. Hawken gets the win, 49-48 here on CVC TV for AA. I'm Kyle Cornell, of course. Thank you to all the crew and the hospitality here at Wilson Stadium at Hawken High School. The Hawks improved to 4-0 on the season here on CVC TV. Have a great rest of your weekend. We'll see you next time.